Okay, I think we are live. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Chosen Live number 16. And this one, it's a little bit of a celebration for 5,000 subs. Now, before I get into the Q&A part of this video, two things. One, I want to make sure that you guys can hear me. So comment yes if you can hear me. I changed something with the audio, so I want to see some yeses start popping up in the chat here. So you guys get on that. And for two, is regards to how I'm going to do this, because this is the first time that I've actually done this. Oh, sweet. Cheers, guys. The way I'm going to do this, okay, first things first, let me just welcome all the people who are in the chat. Got myself. All right, hang on, let me change the banner. Let's change it a little bit. Whoa, that's new. Oh, that's interesting. See, yeah, I much prefer that. That's much better. Much better. I have to toy around with StreamYard a little bit more. I got myself, Chosen Vader owner. What's up? Mustang. We got Lisa, Cobra Kai Maniac, Evan, Hugo. We got Ali. We got Life Upgrade. We got Romped. We got Chillwell Season. We won't talk about that match. Talking Cobra Kai. My dude. MMA King Jr. What's up? Okay, I think that's everybody. Hey, Stu. Okay, I think that is everyone. Oh, no, we've got Mohammed. We've got Mega Cloud. Damn straight. A lot of you showing up this time. Yeah, love it. Infinite Media. Jadis. RJ. FaZe. Brown Jenkin. What's up? Okay, so before I get into the, putting the link in the chat for you guys to ask me the questions and whatnot, I just want to preface this. Now, I don't mind the language, i.e. shit or whatever else, but if you're going to ask me something, I want to be incentivized to do this again. I want to be able to do this again because it's my way of giving back to you guys. You guys can enjoy the content that I have to offer, and you can interact with me more. And I'd love to really sort of give back to the people who have made this 5K journey what it is. So try not to comment anything stupid, because it will ruin the fun for everyone. That's just me being a grumpy old git prefacing the start of this video. But before I get into putting the link in the chat, I want to just say a major thank you to every single person thus far. If you're watching now on rewatch, or whatever, if you're just watching live, who has hit this, who has hit that subscription button, given these videos likes, left comments, joined in the streams. I really appreciate you guys, and I cannot wait to just go on the up and up and up and up from here. So, from me to all of you, raise a toast. Yep, as my dude RJ says, no trolling. They're damn straight. Okay, donation to begin with. Congratulations, smash that like button and sub. What's up, party people? What's up, Chosen One? What's up, dude? Thank you. Thank you for the $5. Happy Easter to you too, pal. Oh god, here we go. Not that Mrs. Chosen One rubbish. All right, let me just keep that as the default, I think. Yeah, that's it. Raise a toast. All right, so I'm going to put the link into the chat, and then we're just going to see. I'm just going to see how this goes, and then I'm just going to add whoever in. Now, I've got my headphones here, so I should, in theory, be able to hear this. Okay. Right. Let's see. Oh, damn straight. We got one straight away. Thanks again for the $5, Chosen Vader. Really appreciate that. Lee, what's up? Talking Cobra Kai. How you doing? Happy Easter to you too. All right. We got Chosen Vader in. Let's get him on in here.
What's up?
Let's do this. What's up, bro?
What's up?
How are you doing?
Good. How are you?
Yeah, man, not too bad. What do you want to get to asking?
So, what is your favorite character in MCU?
I've got to be with the OGs, Iron Man, Tony Stark. Just his whole from the start of the MCU up until Endgame, and no doubt he'll still have a part to play in stories to come, like deleted scenes or what have you. But just seeing how they have taken this sort of character who was selfish and, kind of just for himself, make the ultimate play, tying into that Avengers line was just great to see unfold. It was just great to see unfold. What about yours?
My favorite is Captain America. Yeah.
He's my close second.
Yeah.
What do you like about him the best?
I don't know. It's really nervous because it's my first time.
Don't worry, man. Don't worry. It's all good. It's all good. There's some lovely people down in the thing as well.
Oh, I got another.
You get used to it. Sure. Shoot.
So, what's your favorite episode in Cobra Kai?
Oh, that's tough. Oh, that's tough. There's been so many good ones. I think my favorite episode has to be, off the top of my head, I think it has to be that season 1 finale. It has to be that one. I think it's the most sort of, we're taking what's happened before and we're putting our own kind of modern spin on it. Opening up with the song "I Want It All" it was genius. And then it was just interesting how it flipped. You had the Daniel character in Cobra Kai, and you had the sort of Johnny type character with Miyagi-Do. It was kind of a nice sort of flip of everything. I just really enjoyed sort of seeing how that unfolded, and I was rooting for Miguel all the way, but it was nice to see Robbie sort of climb the ranks and really sort of deal with his own personal demons, and then Miguel just rising to become a champion.
Yeah.
I have to go with that one.
Nice.
What's yours?
My favorite is season 3, episode 5.
Oh, I like that one. That's the juvie fight with Chozen and Daniel and Sam and the arcade scene. That's that one, right? Yeah.
Yep. All right.
It's a solid one. It's a solid one. Thanks for popping in, bro. I really appreciate all your support, yeah?
Yeah. See ya.
Keep that badass display picture.
Okay.
Okay. All right. That's one down. Chosen Vader Rona is out. Who else have we got in here? Oh, damn. Got a couple. Let me put Adzils. Go on, bro.
Yeah, bro. What you
What's up,
saying?
my dude? I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm blessed at the moment. They got the win, didn't they? So, what can I say?
Yeah, that's not bad. It's pretty good. It's pretty good, man.
Anyway, my question. Obviously, first of all, thank you for the Chris video, man. I really enjoyed it. It was actually
no
a good
problem.
video, bro. It was really good because I wanted to because for me, obviously, I do know that obviously Khalil's first project was Beats. I watched that film when I first heard of it.
Okay.
And obviously, I was like, oh yeah, he's in this film. Obviously I just finished Cobra Kai. I watched all 3 seasons. This is crazy, right? This is crazy, right? I watched all 3 seasons in 4 days. It's that addictive.
Damn.
It's that addictive. And I had bare time to do it as well. So yeah, man, it was just the perfect thing to do. I watched the film. It was good. I saw how good an actor he was. That was his first role. And I was like, yeah, man, Chris is just a good character, he's a good actor. I'd like to see more from him, man. I just thought, yeah, let me just ask for a video on him. It was really entertaining, man. I really did enjoy it because I obviously I watched the Dimitri one. I like that. I was like, I haven't seen this on YouTube before. And I'm just looking for more unique content.
Unique kind of videos.
The same thing. Yeah, exactly. And yeah, man, I was just like, you might, Dimitri's a major secondary character, not a main character, not on all the billboards. If you're real main character, you're on the billboards, and all the main billboards, you'll see Daniel, Johnny.
The main players,
You attack and Miguel, then you have the tricks like Robbie, Tori, and Hawk. Then you have the secondary characters like Amanda and Dimitri, who are major ones. Then you have the highlighted secondary characters show like Mitch, Ika. So you have the minor Tetri characters.
Yeah, the ones just beneath them.
Yeah. And I think obviously when you're on like Chris and Mitch's level, you're not gonna get that much development. But obviously, Chris and
Mm.
Mitch have development, and I think they will get more because they their faces were zoomed into in the final shot. So that's like all the major
Absolutely.
characters, all the students. So I'd like to see more. But my question's an MCU question, actually.
Sure. Shoot.
Obviously, Rhodey is my favorite MCU character, and I love him.
Ah, love Rhodey.
Not just because not just because Don Cheadle's in charge of the role. It's just something about him. A lot of people will say, I remember the days where it was just B-Tech, Iron Man, but ever since Civil War and all the crossover movies, everyone's just kind of been like, no, that's just Rhodey. He's not a B-Tech Iron Man at all.
No,
He really isn't.
not at all.
But my question,
I think it was
is,
Don Cheadle. I think he said that Endgame felt like the first movie. He felt like an Avenger. I loved him in Endgame.
That is, it's pretty sad if you're saying that, because it's felt so long, because you forget he's one of, because
he's been there since the start.
He's the oldest. I think he's the oldest running character now. That
now that Iron Man's gone, he's the longest serving in the line. Yeah.
So but everyone forgets that after the whole Civil War thing and Age of Ultron, obviously he joins with Scarlet, Falcon, Bucky. He joins up with all those guys into the Avengers. So with the Avengers, he's kind of like a new recruit. But when it comes to the characters, he's definitely one of the older ones. But yeah, man, I loved him in Endgame as well. I was like, yo, he actually got some good screen time. He got 10 minutes of screen time, and everyone says, oh, that's pretty short. But it's all cut up into. I know what he did there. It was all cut up in. Everyone says it's all short,
Thanks,
but it's actually cut up. It's all cut up in comments. It's all cut up in different scenes. So 10 minutes of screen time. Like Finn had 26 minutes in Rise of Skywalker. Rey had 50. And that's another thing that winds me up. It's just because I checked the screen times, Jacob. It's not good, my bro. It's not good. But I'm going off topic, bro. Sorry, I'll talk about it after.
No. It's all connected.
What do you want to see from Rhodey in Falcon and the Winter Soldier does appear again, his own show, and then obviously in Ironheart?
It's great question. I'm glad someone brings more to light with War Machine. He's always been a character that I feel he falls into the trap of being like a B-Tech knockoff of the original version of the character. But in any other form that I've seen him in before that, I don't know if you remember the original like Spider-Man cartoon, not the original, but like the 90s one. He had like a brief cameo in that with Spider-Man. They were against Venom and stuff. I was thinking, this dude's pretty sick. And I'm just hoping that they really give him much more to go on, and we really sort of see, sort of like how the show Falcon and Winter Soldier has done for the character of Sam. We get to see a little bit about him, his motivation, what his family life's like, being a hero doesn't pay the bills and all that kind of stuff. Like how Rhodey is dealing with his personal demons of, losing his best friend, how he's moving forward with that, how he's honoring his friend by, keeping the armor sort of elevated in all its glory as it should be. And I'm just really hoping that, the way I hope that the MCU treats their characters, for as long as the actors want to play them, then they keep them. Unless they have like a really big story that they have to tie up, like keep them around. And really use this as an opportunity to give War Machine a platform to really sort of shine, and then lead into the next Avengers movie with him being like sort of the mentor of the group, like one of the key figures, because that's what Tony would want for him. He's been there since the start, and I really feel like it's a very underappreciated brotherhood between him and Tony, all the way back to the start. Especially in Iron Man 2, when Tony was going through, Rhodey was there, he was in his corner. So I just hope he goes from strength to strength. I hope we get more scenes of him using those suits, because for the most part, we've only got little glimpses here or there. But I really want just a full scene of him just like using his powers in those suits, just guns and everything.
Definitely 100%, bro. For me, what I see him being now, because for me, obviously he's a major character in Infinity Saga. He's in nearly every movie. So, I mean, he's on every cover. I think for him, his role will grow for sure, but I don't know if his importance to the plot grow, and that's something I'm not happy about, because for me, I'm gonna go there, and I didn't want to, but it's the same with Star Wars. You know, like Finn was pretty much a big figure on every cover, and what did he do?
Yeah.
You know, like I was deluded. I was pretty much deluded at one point, because I was talking to a few friends who live in Australia. Obviously they're big fans of the prequels and the OT. And they kept telling me Finn's a crap character. I said, "What are you talking about?" Then obviously I rewatched the trilogy, and then I kind of like, yeah, it doesn't actually
Sort of
feel
got it
like
in a bit.
we had. Yeah, exactly. We didn't have the same presence that we got in the Force Awakens with the other two films. It's like Finn. It feels weird because Finn's with all of the other characters, and then I kind of realized it's actually not all bad because if you pay close attention in Rise of Skywalker, he actually gets some scenes by himself, which is what a antagonist actually deserves.
Yeah.
You know, side character. Like I think people say he's a side character. I don't listen to that crap. I don't think he is a side character. Prime example of a side character
he's
is
one of
Rose
the leads.
Tico. There's Rose Tico. That's a side character for you.
Yeah.
But for me,
Facts.
no, Finn is still a fan favorite.
He's still one of the goats.
I agree. I just think he had the potential to actually be
more
like the best to be the best written Star Wars character of all time. He actually did, and no, I'll talk to everyone about it. He had the potential. Stormtrooper turned Jedi. Like, come on, that is art in the making.
It was sort of like extracted from the character of Kyle Katarn from the EU, who was a stormtrooper who then defected. And it's just something like taking like who you think is just a generic stormtrooper. You take that helmet off, you put him to this side, you get a whole story there. And I think this just comes from their lack of having a plan and, you know, the way Disney likes to run things now and then, where they just drop the ball so hard with the character of Finn. Like, you could have the trilogy play out the same, but I think so many more people would be very much satisfied if you just gave Finn a lightsaber. Like, it would just be so much more a credit to his character. And I have no doubt if they do an episode 10, like 10 years now, just straight away, he's going to be like a Jedi or something. I just really wanted to see more because John Boyega plays him, and anything I've seen John Boyega do knocks it out the park every single time. Has such a charisma and energy. I really wanted to see more of that. But they kind of just made him sort of reduced to running around the screen all the time screaming Rey. And he did have a good arc, but it's just not what it could have been.
It's a good arc. It's only a good arc because of how, like, the thing. Look, listen, you give that arc to any other character that no one actually really gives a toss about, then they would say it's a solid arc. That's what they would say. But because it's Finn and we know what his potential was, it's not great. That's what I would say. It's a solid arc, though. It is a solid arc. I just think for me, the whole Yana thing was crap. I was in the cinema at one point. I actually was laughing in the cinema. I went to see it twice. I'm a dedicated Star Wars fan. I went to I woke up. Obviously I was down with my family, right? On Friday evening after school. I said to them, I'm gonna wake up early and go see the film at 10:30. I actually went that day and saw it at 30. I don't care. I don't know what it is. I just morning vibes, feeling good. I went to see the film. I sat at the back of the theater, and there was barely any front anyway. I enjoyed it. I really did. And you know, the second time I watched it, I did enjoy it again. But for me, it's just so dumb how all this negativity builds over one character that was meant to be something inspirational for. Yeah, exactly. It wasn't just a great character. It's just someone who brought a lot to like the franchise because you know, a Black Jedi, saving the galaxy stars with his best friend, old characters and legacy players. To be honest with you, I think the character with the best treatment in the trilogy is probably Chewbacca. That's saying something, isn't it?
I'd say they honor him well. Yeah.
But bro, I'm gonna cut. I'm gonna let someone else come on, bro. Congrats to 5K. You deserve it, and hopefully 10K comes next. Pal.
Hopefully soon, man. Thanks for coming on. I appreciate all the support that you give me into the comments, man. I really do.
Yeah, I'll be in chat right now.
Look after yourself.
Take care of yourselves. Yeah, take care, mate. Bye.
No problem. See you later, man. Okay, who else have we got up in there? We've got a few more people. Cheers, Adzils, and cheers, Chosen Vader, for earlier on. All right, okay. Let's add in Talking Cobra Kai. What's up, my dude?
How you doing today?
Ooh, already a good post right there. Right behind,
the post, yeah.
Right there. Avengers, Cobra Kai. I love it. Sick.
My question for you is, how are you? What is your favorite fight scene from Cobra Kai and the MCU?
Okay, so in the MCU, it's crazy. There's so many to choose from, but I'm in a world full of like super-powered, monstrous beings and titans and whatnot. I'm a sucker for a good sort of thriller fight, like a spy espionage thriller, and I've got to give it to Cap and Bucky. Just that first fight they had, where like Bucky flips the knife, tries to stab him, and then he's blocking him, kicks him into the van. I just love it. It's just so simple, but so cool, and it doesn't sort of have a heavy reliance on the special effects to really sort of carry it forward. But there is so many from the MCU, but that's just one of my personal favorites. I think the emotion behind it was so strong because they were former, brothers. In regards to Cobra Kai, I'm going to say the season 3 finale. I think it's just everything sort of coming to a head. Like the house fight was cool, but I think the fight in the dojo right at the end, very, major Star Wars vibes right there with Robbie going up against his father and all that kind of stuff. But just seeing how Johnny and Daniel come to the consensus at the same page through Ali, shouting her out, just to whoop his ass. And, Johnny goes into that dojo, sees that Kreese has got his son in the corner. He's mentally played with him. And this just sets Johnny straight into motion. He's like, right, you attacked my technical son, Miguel. Now you're manipulating my actual son, right? That's it. You're done. You're going. I'm getting you. It just starts going to town on him. And then Daniel comes in, starts using the pressure points. Just a great all-round scene for me.
Yeah, those are both great fight scenes. Winter Soldier is my favorite MCU movie, so I also love the thriller. And like, I have a soft spot for like the superheroes who don't have like major powers, like Hulk or Iron Man. Like, I'm a sucker for like Captain America, Batman. I like all those scenes, but my favorite is probably the airport fight scene in Civil War, because it's like the it's the mini Endgame final battle with a lot of heroes, but it's like the first time we've seen two groups of heroes go against each other. Yeah. So that was definitely my favorite from the MCU. And from Cobra Kai, it's still a school fight. I think that was shot so well, and the ending of that is crazy, and I really like the fight.
Yeah, that fight was insane. Like, I think I love the stakes of the season 3 finale, but I think what you're saying about the season 2 fight, I think it will probably be one of the best. No matter where this show goes, I think it will still always be one of the best, because the whole season, like, it's not just like a final fight for the sake of being a final fight. The whole season was building towards this with the training and the character development and the nuance, and then just all of a sudden everything just bang, and just everything starts coming to a head. Everything gets paid off. Dimitri's training by catching Hawk off guard. Robbie embracing his inner darkness by kicking Miguel off. Miguel using the lessons he's learned to make the right choice, which, ends in a bit of a disaster. And then Sam and Tori just duking it out. And then even Chris and Mitch going at it. It's
and Bert and Nate.
Powerful stuff. And Bert and Nate. Yeah. As the guys in the chat always like me to say, it's that one bit where it's like, they're in the house. It's like, God, I hate your stupid face. If you died, I wouldn't even attend your funeral. It's like, relax.
You guys are 10 years old, like 12 years old.
And even the way they're punching, like, and the security guard comes in, he lifts both of them up. I'm like, there's like actual kids like really beating the shit out of each other.
Yeah,
down
I
the
asked
hall.
that too. I was like, why are you going for the littlest kids?
Yeah, you can just get the teacher to just like move aside.
Yeah, just get a gym teacher or something.
Glad they addressed that the following season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for your time, man. I'm gonna let some other people join. Hope you hit 10K soon.
Thanks,
I'll
pal. Thanks
continue
for
to
hopping
watch. Yeah, see you, man.
Hopefully, man. Hopefully. Cheers, dude. Thanks for popping in. Keep up the good videos, bro. Keep up the good videos. If you guys are Cobra Kai fans, make sure you go and head on over there and check him out. Okay. Got MMA King Jr. Let's bring you on in here. Hey, my dude. Oh, hang on. There we go. Just got to change that. I think your thing's on mute, buddy. There we go.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, bro.
Hey, how's it going, Chosen, man?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm doing great, bro. Man, congratulations on your 5K, bro. I like most of your videos, bro. Like
Cheers,
especially that Chris video. I've been like waiting for that one for a couple of months. Man.
Yeah. I think that was requested quite a lot, and then I was just like, man, when I release it, I want to make sure that it's actually good, because there's not many videos on Chris out there. So I thought, I want to make this one really stick.
I believe Chris is like the most underrated character on that whole entire show, man. To be honest with you.
Yeah, he has a great sort of he has what I like to call a subtle character development arc where you sort of see it unfold, but it's not front and center. It's sort of, if you look for it, you see it. It's just sort of played underneath everything else.
For sure,
it's usually
man.
done like in the sort of offset, sort of like when Hawk's challenging Dimitri in the shop. You just see him in the background, just like, those kind of things.
Yeah, I understand, man. Well, hey, there's like 2 questions I got to ask you.
Shoot.
Like, so like my first question is like, have you ever thought about doing like a what if series? Like, for example, like what if like Sam was to fight Kyler in the school fight and Miguel never stepped in?
Oh, that would be a good one. That would be a juicy one to do. I've been asked a lot about that in the comments to do like what if ones. I might start giving them more thought. A lot of people sort of asked me to consider them, so I might have to look into doing something like that. I think it'd be fun. It'd be fun for me to do. It'd be fun to give you guys like an alternate sort of scenario. It'd be great to sort of put a sort of voice spin on it. Can put my own little stuff in it.
I was about to say, I think Sam would have destroyed that boy.
Yeah, I mean, in that cafeteria, if Miguel wasn't, the alpha Chad that he is, like, I think he was about to get his ass whooped.
Basically,
he was just like ready, prepared to give him a bit of a beat down. They could pay that one off.
Yeah, she was about to set up. She's like, "Bruh, don't touch me, man." Like, yeah.
Look at me like that one more time.
But my second question is like, you said that you always wanted like a live action Under the Red Hood movie. The one that I really truly want to see, and I think I probably told you on the chat, I do believe that the Mask of the Phantasm does not get enough love. It deserves like a live action.
You know what? I completely agree. Like, I'm a sucker for the Red Hood just because I love the whole like Jason Todd story. But the Mask of the Phantasm is a classic staple within that kind of realm. I would honestly love if they did something with that. And I think what's great about it is, if the Snyderverse is any indication, is you don't always need to do it the MCU way where you build it up like with 10 movies. You could just do it. And sometimes it could just work better as like a self-contained kind of story. And I think it would give a lot, because I love the DC animated movies. I've been doing like sort of rewatch of them. I'm on a Son of Batman at the minute. I just finished that. Love that one. Brilliant. But I think because they're animated, there's sort of a stigma around it because it's animated, like with the general audience, it isn't good, which obviously isn't true. But because it's not live action, people are sort of less inclined to watch it. But I would absolutely love if like that was brought over to live action, because it would give it more exposure, and then people would be like, oh, so that's what these animated movies are about. And then they go and watch the animated movies, and then they start getting into them. They're like, oh, I see what's up here.
Because I was just about to say, man, like it didn't do good in the box office because of it was like on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day or something like that. But like if you
it was on the 25th, I think, yeah.
if you go actually watch that movie, you'd be saying like, how did this not become like a 10 out of 10 or a 9 out of 8, whatever.
I know, and you got like Mark Hamill as the Joker. You have Kevin Conroy as Batman. Like you got the OG duo of the animated universe right there.
For sure,
brilliant stuff.
Oh yeah, man.
Great
and
film,
like I said, man, there's like another villain that I really want to see on the live action, like Clayface. I think he deserves to be on there too. Like they have the technology to do it, man. Yeah.
Yeah, especially with like, I'd say in like the early thousands, like you'd probably end up with something like the Scorpion. Was it the Scorpion King? I think with Dwayne Johnson, where it was just like, but with today's technology, they could execute that so well. You know, now we've got like Godzilla and Kong, you know, smacking the crap out of each other. A Clayface would definitely work. And I think there's so much that you can do with that, with the character of Clayface, because he's not a character that can always be beaten up. You've got to really outthink him. And it would really sort of test Batman as a character or Nightwing or whoever's like present. And it would give him more exposure because everyone knows like how good the Joker is. You know, everyone knows how good like the Riddler is or Two-Face, or even Penguin in some instances. But a character like Clayface, they could do a lot with, especially in live action. You could do some great visual wonders with that.
If they do the writing good on that one, man, like you can talk to a lot of celebrities without even talking to them and everything. Because like if you see, not to give too much away, like the man has really, really low self-esteem. So like,
it would work a treat. It would work a treat that.
Yeah, for sure. Well, Chosen, man, I'll let you. I'm about to head off, man. And congratulations on your 5K. I know you're about to hit 10K. So
damn straight, easy, we're getting that 10K, man. Thanks for popping in, bro. Okay. Cheers, MMA King Jr. for popping in. I really appreciate you, bro. Really appreciate the support. And yeah, Mask of the Phantasm. If you guys haven't watched it, or if you haven't just watched any of the DC animated stuff in general, get on it. Like get Google the chronological listings for most of the stuff and just get on it and just binge it, because it's some of the best content, superhero related stuff you will probably ever see, because it doesn't follow that live action formula. Let's add on Mega Cloud. What's up, dude?
Hey, what's up? How are you?
I'm good, man. How are you? I like the display picture, man.
Oh, thanks.
I can hear you.
I'm a little bit self-conscious, so I thought that this would be better. Congrats on...
No problem, man. Hey. Thanks, dude. I really appreciate that.
Happy Easter. I've got two questions. Have you seen Falcon and the Winter Soldier yet? The latest episode? Okay.
The latest episode, yeah.
Cool. My question is, were you surprised that they did a little twist where Zemo was like teaming up with the heroes? Because the trailers actually made it out like he was going to be the main villain.
Yeah. I'd say, do you know what? That's bang on. I actually thought that in the trailer, they were going to sort of spin it where you were going to have multiple villains at once kind of thing. Like you were going to have the Flag Smashers as the front and center villain or antagonist. And then you were going to have Baron Zemo just operating within the shadows and just being like an undercover villain or just in the back of it kind of thing. But I was so just pleased at the way, like, if you guys have seen the episode, hopefully I didn't just spoil too much, but the when he's in the club and he's doing that, I started cracking up, man. I was just like, oh my God, this guy took down the Avengers and he's just stood here just dancing to, oh wow. But I was surprised that they did it. It was a way of subverting my expectations, you could say, but I'm happy that they did it.
Yeah, the only real problem was at the end, because I don't know why Wakanda would really want him, because he didn't. Even though he did kill the king, he didn't really kill him. You know, it was all just a kind of random that the king died. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I suppose so. I think with that ending as well, we'll get our first look into how they'll move forward with the characters of the Black Panther world moving forward. I think the way they'll do it is probably just have those characters sort of like spread out across the other areas of the universe to sort of keep the spirit of Wakanda just sort of integrated within everything. But it was interesting seeing that. And I'm curious to see how that's going to pay off. I've no doubt in my mind that what's at play here is a Thunderbolts recruiting kind of scenario where Ross is good, like at the end of like Black Widow, he'll probably go and recruit Yelena Belova. He'll recruit US Agent. He'll recruit Zemo, maybe Bartrock, the guy from the Winter Soldier beginning and at the beginning of episode 1, the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, to set up that team. I feel like that's probably the direction that they're going with that. So it'd be interesting to see what they do with the world of Black Panther, that going forward.
I'm really impressed so far with the series. I mean, I wasn't holding out much hope, but I'm really, really impressed now. My second question is a Cobra Kai question, and it's like I'm wondering, where do you see the character of Sam going? Because I don't really see much of an arc for her. I mean, I can see all the other arcs like Miguel and Daniels and Johnny's, and you know, I can see some of them. I can see some of their redemption arcs. I can see where the character is most likely going, because as you see, it follows quite a simple formula.
Yeah, it's true.
Even though I love I really like Mary Mauser as an actress. I like Sam as a character, but she's just there. You know,
I get what you mean.
She's got the boyfriend back. She's helped merge the dojos, but I don't see what else she can really do. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear you. I mean, I think my problem with Sam's character, especially in season 1 and 2, is she felt like nothing other than just the fact that she was LaRusso's daughter. She felt nothing than just, you know, a vessel for love, if you know what I mean, for like Miguel, Robbie, or whoever. That's why in season 3 I was so happy that, you know, she had one of my favorite arcs probably in that season, just because she not only did it make Karate Kid 3 look better upon reflection, i.e. with Daniel's arc and, you know, him overcoming that fear and that PTSD same way she did. It was just nice to see her come into her own and develop as a leader and mature as a character. But as far as where she goes from there, it is tough because aside from that, now she's matured into her own kind of thing. All she's got left really is Tori. So if you remove Tori out of the equation in any way, I'm not too sure what direction they could take with her. Maybe just that she matures even more or just develops into an even more of a leader. But I feel like she's kind of at that stage. So it'll be interesting to see what they do for the next, you know, potential 3 seasons with her going forward.
Yeah. Because like you said, for the first 2 seasons, she was just the girlfriend, and she was just there to propel everyone else's plot. So,
yeah.
Hey, thank you for your time. I'm sorry, I was a little bit nervous. I haven't done this.
No worries. No worries. It'll sort of be one of them things that, you know, I mean, I remember before my first Chosen live, when like you record a video and upload it, it's always different to when you're actually doing the live. It's always a strange, bizarre experience. But the more that you do it, the more naturally it will come. But I love the DP, man. And thanks for the support, bro.
No problem.
I gotta say, before you go, your voice definitely reminds me of Tamora Morrison a little bit.
That's because I'm a Kiwi. I'm calling you from New Zealand.
Wow, New Zealand. Oh, sick. Yeah. Sick. I thought I detected a hint of Kiwi in there. I was like, it's definitely like a Tamora kind of voice, like really sort of Tombra soothing voice.
I'll take that as a compliment. Thank you.
Thanks, man. Take care. Bye. You too, man. You too. Take care, bro. Okay. Cheers, pal. We'll see what the chat's saying. Be right with you guys in a sec. I'm just going to see what the chat's saying, just so that way I can give them some spotlight. New one where you can choose the ending. Oh, I haven't seen that yet. I need to check that out. Lee, I hope you're good, bro. Darius, I hope you're good. Leo Howard's not in season 4. Okay. Chillwell season. Sup? Yeah, that's true. It's just the Hollywood way of doing things. Yeah, I'd agree with that. But yeah, I agree with Emma making Junior. She can mentor the next generation, especially down the line. Chubby Teddy. All right. I think that'll do. Ooh, what if Miguel snapped Robbie's arm? Oh, that'd be interesting to do. Okay. Let's see who else. Oh, Johnny Utah. What's up, mate? Sam and Johnny's relationship, good, bad, both, will get a lot of attention. Mm-hmm. You want Sam to be more badass. I agree, man. Okay, let's click on any random one. Oh, we got Evan. We got Evan in the chat, or Evan in the stream,
right,
ladies and gentlemen. What's up, bro? How you doing?
You hear me?
Yep, I can hear you, bro.
Yeah, good. Just want to say congratulations on 5K. Brilliant milestone.
Cheers, pal.
Deserve it.
Cheers, man. Thank you.
I just wanted to ask a couple of questions. So with obviously Terry Silver being confirmed, how do you see him being impacted on Daniel's personal life with like his car dealership?
This is a good question. I think as it's been sort of asked to me in the live streams, I think the way I sort of have it pegged is Tom Cole is nothing short of a major pain in the ass of the Russo autos. So I would love if Silver just utilized that. And this is like, you know, unlike the Hawk spy theory, this is something that I can fully get behind, that Silver will utilize any means possible to just rattle Daniel's cage. And I feel like the whole of season 3 was about Daniel finding balance. And, you know, by the end of season 3, I think he sort of found that balance and he became the more Miyagi type Daniel by the end of it. And now that Johnny's with him, he's going to need Johnny next season a lot more in that sense, because Johnny will see right through Silver's little facade of just, you know, always like overly laughing, being overly animated. He'll see right through it 100%.
Yeah.
And while Silver's getting in Daniel's head, you know, especially now that Mr. Miyagi is no longer around. I mean, Kreese throwing the, you know, I wish I could see the look on the little bastard's face, that kind of line. Silver will do more than that. And he'll just mentally toy with Daniel. So Johnny just being there in his corner, just being like, look at him with his stupid ponytail. You know, I could see that sort of working. But it'll be interesting to see what Silver's done with his business up to this point.
Yeah, because Daniel's sort of been on his own in a way since the start of season 1, because there's been no Miyagi. I mean, Chozen came in season 3, but he sort of had no one to back him up in a way.
Yeah.
But
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly that.
And also, just wanted to ask, with the end of season 4, do you think they're going to do it the same as like season 1 with the All Valley, or do you think it'll be the Pro?
I'd say the most simplest, the most obvious choice would be to end it with the All Valley, but I would actually like to break tradition of that a little bit. I would prefer to have the All Valley maybe around episode 8 or something like that, so then we can really see the fallout for the last 2 episodes and maybe like a final fight in episode 10 or something, just to really sort of let it breathe, because for the most part, whenever the All Valleys happen, there's always, like, even in the movies, there's always like a bit of a time jump or a time skip, and we kind of go like forward a couple of weeks. What if like the All Valley happens and then we pick up the next day, straight away the next day, from whatever the result is of whoever wins, and we just have to sort of deal with the repercussions of that straight away? Like I'd be down for that. Yeah,
I'll completely agree. I mean, it'd be a bit, in my opinion, a bit boring to keep doing the same ending for the second time in a way, because it's a bit of, I don't know how you can say it, like, it's a bit boring writing in a way, doing the same ending.
Yeah,
Again,
it sort of becomes a bit predictable for everyone, where we've kind of seen it. You know, Karate Kid 1 ended with that, Karate Kid 3 ended with that, season 1 ended with that. You know, I feel like something different this time, you know, or maybe if, for example, the All Valley happens and it ends with Kreese choking out Robbie, then you can really let the last 2, like 1 or 2 episodes where Robbie and Johnny, for instance, actually have a father-son bond for once and can really work out where he goes from there. Or, you know, if Miguel wins, where he goes from there. And we can really let that stuff kind of breathe. Instead of just kind of referencing it in the next season, we can really sort of let it breathe for a couple of episodes. I think that'd be really cool.
Yeah, I completely agree. So I'm going to go, but thanks for having me on. I do enjoy your live streams and your videos. It's really enjoable.
No problem, man. I appreciate you, Evan, man. I appreciate you.
On the road to 10K as well. So hopefully
Damn
it won't
straight.
be too long.
Gonna get that 10K.
Yeah. All right. See you later, Chosen.
See you later, mate. Take care, man.
See you later.
Bye, man. Cheers, Evan. All right, so we got Savage Birdhouse. Sup? Yeah, you see, MMA King Jr. Yeah, I like where you're thinking as well. You're thinking prom. That's the same with me. Like, I would much prefer the All Valley to happen, and then we let it breathe for like maybe not even 2 episodes, maybe just an episode where we just let it really breathe and manifest and sort of see the fallout of whatever the result is and just go from there. Like, I would much prefer that. I think it'd be much more interesting and much more different with everything. So yeah, let's get someone else in. Okay, let me just add it in. Can I join the stream? Yeah. Hang on. Let me drop the link into the chat again. I forgot, just because some of you guys have joined recently. There you go. So there's the link into the chat, guys. If you guys want to join in and ask me questions, I don't mind some of you coming back in for a second time if you want to ask something else. Sup, Ty? How you doing, bro? You're welcome, Mega Cloud. Okay. Hey, Lisa. How you doing?
Oh yeah, lovely to speak to you.
Yeah, lovely to speak to you too. Thank you for just all the support that you give me on every single video. I've seen all those comments. Really appreciate that. Thank you.
You're welcome. My question is, where do you think you will want the channel to go?
What's that? Sorry? My signal cut
Where
out.
do you want the channel to go? The channel. Where do you want to go?
I would love for this channel to, like, while all the stuff in the world's happening, I would really love for this channel to just be like a creative space for myself, just to keep myself creatively happy. But also, I would really love it to sort of go to a place where, that's why I haven't like made it too Cobra Kai specific, so we can talk about Marvel, we can talk about Star Wars, DC, Harry Potter, anything. Where it's just a place where you can come, you can talk about the things that you like, even if you don't like certain things. I was having a discussion with Ad earlier on about like Finn's arc. Like, I like, for example, the sequel trilogy overall, but Finn's arc could have been handled better, like that kind of stuff, where there's, you know, regardless of what side of the fence you're on, whether you like something or hate something, all opinions are welcome here. And I'd just love for it to be like a sort of fun pop culture nerd discussion channel.
And my first second person, where do you think Johnny's and Robbie's relationship will go?
Johnny and Robbie's relationship. I just, if it was like any other franchise, I could see it ending in tragedy. But with the scenes that, and I want to thank Michelle, I don't know if she's still in the stream, on the video that I did, talking about Robbie and Johnny with their scene in the car, just before the school fight, and Johnny saying, you know, Robbie saying, you know, you could learn a lot from each other. I think she said something like that was William Zabka's like favorite scene of that episode, or the season overall. And I feel like they put that seed in there for them two to come together by the end of it, at the very least. I really hope that regardless of how evil Robbie gets this season or beyond, I hope that eventually he finds peace. He uses the Miyagi-Do teachings that were instilled in him by Daniel to find his way home, and we can really sort of have Johnny and Robbie the same way we've got Johnny and Daniel now, both on the same page. Hopefully down the line, but probably not till like the end of season 4, at least at the very start of season 5, around that time. For the meanwhile, there's just going to be hostility between them, or Robbie to Johnny mostly.
Okay. Thank you for letting me come on.
You're welcome. You're welcome, Lisa. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Cheers, Lisa. You take care, yeah?
Yeah, thank you.
See ya. Okay, thanks, Lisa, for popping on. Okay, ooh, so we're in the chat here. Okay, there you go. I put the link in the chat in case you're joining for the first time, so you guys can ask me some questions. Okay. Right, Ali, you've been here for a while. Let's get you in, bro.
Hey, Chosen. So,
what's up, brother? How you doing?
I'm good. So I want to tell you, for one, I love your videos, man. I watch all of them, and you always see me commenting funny stuff. Like, I'll show you sometimes. But the thing is, like I want you to know at the end of the day, like it's kind of banter, like, and like I'll do it sometimes because sometimes like I want you to like smile or like like how when you get like sometimes you get like kind of upset, but then you kind of laugh at it. Like that's what I mean. That's what I want to do. Like if you're kind of upset. So yeah, that's what I want to do. But yeah, I just wanted to say for one, we deserved 5K. It was, I think, as you said, like it's all of us as a community. So yeah, like I also love how engaging you are with all of us. You gave us like a kind of like a home, a second home, in a sense, like in like for all of us, like we always come together like every few days to talk about like our love of comic books, like Marvel, football, all of that stuff, DC, Harry Potter, and like we always talk to you and you're always chill about it. So yeah, like I appreciate that, and I'm pretty sure everybody else does. Like we love it. Like honestly, like it's like a place that we can be ourselves, and like and we can find someone else who does it too. But yeah, like I just want to. I have like a few questions. So
thanks,
I
Lisa.
Want to say,
thanks, Evan.
I want to say I've been watching like I've been rewatching like a bunch of Endgame like scenes. I rewatched Endgame like the first time like a year or two, and I'm rewatching all of it, and I'm like if Nebula didn't ruin it, like would they have had to kill Tony, or like what do you think that it needed to be done for like to complete his character arc?
Oh, you see, this is a tough question. Narratively, Tony had to die just because it was like where his character was always headed. In universe, like there could have been so many other ways that they could have avoided Tony's death, but because like it was shout out to that Real Madrid top, by the way. It's nice.
Yeah,
but because his contract was ending, I think that was the reason where they thought, look, this is a good moment to end it. Let's not do it in Infinity War. Let's tease the audience in Infinity War by stabbing him. And I remember the cinema when I was in, as soon as Thanos stabbed him, silent. Like you could hear a pin drop. Like everyone was like, oh my God. And then silence as soon as he was stabbed. And I think that really told people right then and there, these heroes, as much as we love them, they ain't safe now. And then all the heroes were dusted and we knew that was going to be reversed. But I think it really sort of laid the groundwork for Tony's death, and it gave us time to process it before it happened. And despite how I was spoiled it before going into the cinema, we all kind of knew that it was going to head in the we all kind of knew it was going to head in that direction. So if it all depends on outside stuff for me, like story-wise, you can make any reason. But I think because RDJ wanted to finish his character, you know, it was a good note to end on. I think that's a big reason why Tony was always going to go out, regardless of, you know, whatever happened in universe. But I think in universe, you could have had so many other things. You could, like, they had to make Doctor Strange go and deal with a portal. They had to, you know, they nerfed Thor with his abilities. They made Captain Marvel come in late, just quite simply because all these characters at once, Thanos would have been done in seconds. So that's kind of the thing the MCU does. But I don't know. It's tough. It's tough. I'm going to miss his sort of presence in the MCU. It's a shame that we're not going to have him and Reed Richards. But who knows?
Personally,
maybe down the line.
I believe that helped his arc because, like, if I'm being honest, I liked Iron Man. I don't know if you know, but do you remember like the Iron Man cartoon show that was like, it was kind of animated, like it was, I don't remember, it was kind of like 3D.
It was like a 3D-ish one.
Yeah, the one where
like
so that show, I used to love that show, and I actually loved Tony in that one, and we had the spiky hair and all that. So like when I watched Iron Man for the first time, that was a good memory, and and I liked his character, but he was kind of like more of an arrogant like asshole type, and I was like, I don't know if I can get behind this. And then more and more, he didn't kind of grow on me, but then like I realized what he was giving up, and I realized that like he is human, like, and behind that he's a genius, but he's risking his life like to put on the suit to help everybody. But yeah, like I believe if he didn't do it, like it was bound to happen soon, because like the way that they were teasing him, and like when he said like I can't sacrifice what I have here. I'm sorry, like I have to keep what I've got. I've got a good thing going here.
Yeah.
But like when he said that, like I rewatched it the first time I saw it, I was like, wow, that's a real dilemma. But like, I've ever since I've watched your videos, like I've looked at it from a different point of view and perspective, and that's one of the things I've really liked about your videos. Like I've looked at it from a different point of view and perspective. Yeah, no problem. And it's just like when he said that, when I saw it, I was like, yeah, bro, you're done. There's no way you're gonna survive this.
No way you're making it out at the end of this.
Yeah, and
it's so interesting because he sort of comes from the story of where he now has everything to lose if he goes. So it's sort of tough for him because he's got a taste of the life that he never knew, and now he's got it. He doesn't want to let it go, but he makes the ultimate play to ensure that lives on pretty much past him.
Yeah, I feel like that scene is so powerful because of, like, even with the person who's like can be selfish, like they'll I feel like, I don't know, I don't want to say something that like will backfire against me, but like they'll most likely make the decision that'll help the good of just the good of all human beings. Like it'll instead of doing a decision for you, like I've thought about the situation many times and I'm like, yeah, I would sacrifice myself because like it would be worth it so everyone else could live.
It's the greater good.
And yeah, like when he did this, when he did like I'm inevitable, like I can now recognize memes because of that. Like when he did the I'm inevitable thing, I'm like, I can now recognize when something will be memes. And I'm like, it's ridiculous. Like the MCU memes are unreal, and like, yeah, I just love that they completed his arc like that because. And when they all had everybody like hovering over him, when his face is like that was polarizing. When Pepper is holding him, like that's a crazy scene. I think you could argue.
And then the arc reactor just fades out.
Yeah, like when it just dies out, I'm like, damn, that's powerful. But and when at the funeral, that scene was also unreal. But I kind of didn't like how they had Cap go back. If I'm being honest, like I kind of didn't like that. But I understand why. He's been trying to get to Peggy for all that time. But yeah, so that was the first question, but I have another one. So do you think that Billy Maguire could beat Thanos? And do you think he could beat Thanos? Like if let's say for instance, like imagine he pulled up out of nowhere out of the portal and he started doing the dance like this. He's like that. And I've seen the edits like where he did that and then it just reversed the action and then they just left and then Thanos was crying. He's like, "You gonna cry?"
Yeah, but like just go back out the portal. Yeah.
I feel like if he did that, that would actually be like one of the best. That would be one of the funniest things ever. I feel like people would love that so much. Like they would just demand for it to happen. But we're gonna get it, so yeah, that's a good thing. But do you think that if he were to fight Thanos with the Infinity Stones, that he could win?
I think Thanos could have his sword, the Infinity Stones, an army, everything. Billy Maguire will always find a way. always find a way.
He'll always find a way. And I have one more.
Just throw a pizza at him.
It's pizza time. But yeah, I had one more. So, I told you. I think I told you before. So with me, like, I always get kind of crazy. Sometimes I'll go a little crazy in the mind when I'm in like a group of people that I really feel like cool with. Yeah, it was just like a really cool moment. Oh yeah, my cousin's here to say hi. Say hi. He says hi.
What's up?
I'm at his house. So
how you doing, bro? You right?
I'm just chilling. Yeah, he's good. So I wanted to just say like, if I ever like am just being like trollish, I don't mean to do that. But yeah,
it's all in the name of good banter.
Yeah. So here's my final question. So, where do you think the DC will end up if you were to run it? If you were to run it, how would you run it and why? What difference would you make to it?
I think them trying to be the MCU was their problem in the first place, and I think they're in a position now. After the Snyder Cut, if it's me and just me personally, I would take the Snyder Cut and just use it as a new beginning to go with this, like continue with this. I may not like everything about the Snyderverse, i.e. Doomsday or sometimes Lex Luthor, but there's a good solid foundation there for something good, and I feel like they should really push on with that and really carry on with that and really sort of get a seamless story sort of inflow, not just like 3 Batman here, 3 Superman here, you know, multiple universes that aren't connected but are connected and part of a shared universe. It just gets confusing. It's just confusing for the general audience. Like, you got Robert Pattinson, you got potentially Michael Keaton coming back, and you got Ben Affleck, and you got the one in the CW. Like, it's just too much. So
Yeah.
cut it down, make it concise, straight to the point. One universe, one continuity.
Yeah. So I want to say thank you for the questions. And my cousin, he's saying hi. So yeah, I don't want to keep everyone here. But yeah.
No worries.
It was nice
No worries,
talking
pal.
to you, man. Thanks.
Nice talking to you, Ali. Cheers, pal.
Road to
See you
10K.
later, man.
Road to 10K. Let's
Road
go.
to 10K. We're gonna get it, man. We're gonna get it.
Yes, we will.
See you later, man. Cheers, Ali. Okay. We got Savage Birdhouse here. What's up, bro?
What's up, Chosen?
How you doing, man? Yeah, I'm good. How are you, man?
I'm doing good so far, and I got some couple of questions, and also how you think Miguel and Sam will actually like get married in Cobra Kai in season 4?
Do I think they'll get married in season 4? I think probably a bit too early for that. I think the cheers, Ali. I think for now, at least maybe for season 4 or 5, just sort of let their relationship, you know, excuse the cheesiness, let their relationship blossom and let it sort of just be what it was kind of originally intended for season 1, before the beach debacle. Let it sort of go in that direction. However, in terms of marriage, I think Johnny and Carmen, you know, at some season or another, or at least by the end of the show, will, you know, tie the knot. And Miguel and Robbie will be, for all intents and purposes, stepbrothers.
Yeah, and my second question is about the Disney Plus Obi-Wan Kenobi, which you're a Star Wars fan, and I'm also a Star Wars fan.
In the right place.
It's about the remake of Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. And yeah, I know everyone wants to see like Obi-Wan Kenobi on Disney Plus. So what's actually your theories on Obi-Wan Kenobi?
I think the way the show's going to sort of go down, especially with them bringing Hayden back, is you're going to be cutting back and forth between Obi-Wan and Anakin. So the focus will be on Obi-Wan specifically. I said this in the live stream. I think the show will open up like this. It'll open up with a flashback to Anakin being burned. Like, it'll be like, you know, I hate you, you were the chosen one, blah, blah. And then as soon as he screams like, I hate you, Obi-Wan wakes up. He wakes up from having a nightmare of the same events, and that's how you set the tone. You instantly remind the audience, right, this isn't as cool as Star Wars is. This is going to be a more sort of serious tone, and with this show dealing with sort of like Falcon Winter Soldier-ish, sort of having a more serious tone, talking about like the tragedy of these two, you know, best friends, brothers, coming to a head and just losing everything for both of them, and showing how they both sort of dealt with the fallout, and they'll have both have different perspectives on it. So Kenobi will have like, I failed, it was my responsibility, I promised my master, I've screwed up. And Anakin's perspective, like I could see him just sort of sitting in the chamber with his helmet off, just sort of reflecting upon all of his actions that have led up to that point. His promise to his mother, his promise to Padme, his decisions at the Jedi Temple, killing Mace Windu, and just sort of bouncing back and forth between that here and there. And then if you're going to do like a confrontation with them, because they've said rematch of the century, like they've got a lot to live up to, a lot, especially that fight. So if you're going to do it, you got to have it off-world. Like you can't have it on Tatooine, otherwise that ruins the whole point of Luke being in hiding and all that. So you got to do it off-world. But it will be sort of like the Rebels duel with Ahsoka and Vader. It'll be like that. Like, imagine where Obi-Wan cuts his helmet and then you see Hayden and then reunion.
Yeah, and okay, last question, and this is actually
Sure.
like Spider-Man from No Way Home. Well, there will be Into the Spider-Verse with Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield beside Tom Holland.
Do I think it will happen?
Yeah.
I hope so. Like, if it doesn't play a major role in Spider-Man 3, then I won't be disappointed. But I'll be disappointed if it isn't in there at all. Like, I think the Spider-Verse movie with Miles and, you know, the Peter and all that, and Spider-Ham and all that, I think it really laid the foundation, really laid the groundwork, especially to Sony. You know, and I think was really part of the reason that they said, look, you know, when all that Spider-Man trouble was going on, they saw how good that movie was, how well it was received. Right, Marvel, we're going to share the character with you. You can do what you want over there. We'll do what we want over here with Venom, etc., etc. But I feel like that movie laid the foundation for Tom, Toby, and Andrew to come together. And it would be so great because as much as Spider-Man 3 closed the ending on Toby's Spider-Man, I feel like there's more they could explore with that. How he dealt with Harry's death, how him and MJ moved on. With Andrew's Spider-Man, like, how did he move on from Gwen? Like, we never knew. Like, how did he move past that? And then utilizing them with Tom and just having all three together, I think it would just be a spectacle on screen. Like, you have Tom Holland maybe fighting like a multiverse Sinister Six, and then all of a sudden you just have Spider-Man villains from all over coming into play. I think that would be sick.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Well, thanks for having me. Those are my questions, and yeah.
Cheers, pal. Thanks for the support, bro.
You too.
Thanks, man. Take care, Savage. Cheers, pal. Okay. Oh, hello. Let's get Cobra Kai fan Chillwell season. Just for God's sake, don't mention the result.
I will not. I can't speak. God's sake. I will not mention the result at all. Drew Robinson scoring, like, what is it, 3 goals past us.
Talking Cobra Kai. Cheers, pal. Yeah, it was just one of them ones to forget, Murph. One of them ones to forget. How are you though, man? You good?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm still quite nervous, but
don't worry, it'll all sort of come to you naturally. No, just take your time, mate.
Probably. Yeah. To be honest, I don't even know what to talk about.
Anything you want me to ask me Cobra Kai related, or channel, or Star Wars?
Yeah.
There you go.
Now, here's a question, and it's kind of like a theory. Mm-hmm. What if EY never turned into Hawk, but Dimitri became the badass?
Oh, sort of like they're trading places.
Yes, swap.
Oh, I like that. I feel like Dimitri. I feel like we got a hint of that, where on the soccer field, when he pushes Hawk over, and he's like, I guess that's why the Europeans call it football. Like, I think that would be a sort of good place, like a good indication as to what he would be. And if he took the Hawk route, he would be that times 10. I don't know if he would be as relentless as Hawk is, or as dangerous, but I'd say he'd be more confident in his sarcasm, his wit, sort of like how Robbie was when, you know, Hawk was drinking the beer and he's like, you can't handle a sip of beer. He was like, you know, I just don't need a drink to pretend to be cool. He'd say stuff like that, and he would have no fear of saying it, even if he gets his ass beat. I feel like that would be the route he would take. That would be more his direction.
I think if he became like the badass in season 1, like if when Treese came in, he'd probably be like talking to Johnny, like, who the fuck is this guy? Surface William.
Don't worry, mate.
Like, and probably in, like, season 2, episode 10, he'd probably just like stick to Johnny's side, go down the right path.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of them kind of things where I think Kreese takes soldiers who have potential and uses that potential. Johnny takes anyone and gives them the potential to harness their own potential, if that makes sense. I.e. with like Bert or, Dimitri, no, not Dimitri, Eli or Miguel. And I think that will really sort of pay into Daniel and Johnny next season when Daniel starts to see that Miguel was exactly like how he was, but he was just taught by Johnny. And, the perception of Cobra Kai, all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, I think it'll be interesting to see how that all sort of plays out.
To be fair, like Johnny, he took from these nerds to like badasses. Well, they're still nerds, but they can now kick ass.
Yeah. What's more badass than that?
He can't train them enough. Like, he can't take them through that development. And like, if they're a nerd, he'll just throw them out into the trash.
Yeah. I mean, that's it. I mean, Kreese, he doesn't really help them mentally. He just helps them physically, if that makes sense. Whereas Johnny will teach you discipline, strength, and the ability to carry on. Like all the nerds that he took on, Eli, like the social reject, Miguel, the new kid, Aisha, the person who was made fun of because of her appearance. All those are like sort of the archetypes of what bullied victims would be, and taking them and flipping them into like just badass combinations was brilliant, and really attests to Johnny's character, which is why when he scolds Hawk and says I made you what you are, not him. It's because only he can. Like Kreese would never do that. He'd look at these, especially like when Miguel first came into the dojo, he'd look at him and go away. He wouldn't even give him the time of day. But
well,
Johnny
he'd probably
did.
not just say go away. He'd probably like elbow him first, then kick him out.
Yeah. He'd probably just treat them like how he treated Brooks and all that. Just sort of pleasure for his own enjoyment of watching people get beat up.
Yeah.
But I appreciate all the support, mate. Really do, man. And Scottish blood in me, so hail to the Highlands.
Get in.
Get in there, man.
All right. I think that'll be me for now.
No worries, pal. Oh, before you go, 1 sec.
Does he have the coconut rings, the OG one? Yes, get in.
That's it. There we go. I'll eat one in honor of you, man. Plus, I'm hungry.
Get in. Up the coconut rings.
I'm straight.
Coconut rings in chat making Jacob hungry. OG days. Good times.
Cheers, pal.
Right. Goodbye.
See you later, man. Okay. Let's what are coconut rings? Oh. Focus. Damn webcam. Right. Google that, Ali. Google that. McVitie's coconut rings. Google that. See if you got them over where you live. Damn straight. Oh, hey, man. Let's get you in there.
Sup?
Hey, broski.
Hey, how you doing, man?
Good. How are you, man?
Yeah, very good. So yeah, my question is, obviously we don't know much about the Rick Grimes movies as of yet. But generally speaking, personally for you, how excited are you for the Rick Grimes movies? And then my follow-up question would be, what would you like to see from the Rick Grimes movies?
That's nice to get a Walking Dead question, bro. I think with the trilogy, I think, I love a trilogy. I love a beginning, a middle, and an end. And even though we've already got the beginning with the show, I'd love the show to sort of tie into the movies and really sort of give this main storyline a sense of closure. Now, I think, we said earlier that it could lead to spin-offs and all that kind of stuff. But I would really love these movies to sort of pave way for a finale for the major characters that we followed for over 10 years and really sort of come to a conclusion. And because they're movies, I don't want it to be the generic, weekly sort of scavenging for food. Like, I want it to be like real stakes, beginning, middle, and end. Where are these characters going to end up? This is a 10-year payoff. Where are we going to send them? And Yeah, I'm just looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to seeing Andrew Lincoln again as Rick. I think he's
100%.
He's just made that role his own, and probably one of TV's most recognizable characters. You know, to even the casual fan. You know, just like the sheriff's
100%.
hat and the Magnum.
Yeah, it's like Jack Sparrow and Captain Jack. Like you can't see anyone else playing him.
No, I couldn't. If they were to do a Walking Dead reboot, I just go.
Yeah, that would be a bit bizarre. Yeah.
Oh god, could you imagine someone else as Negan? Ugh.
Oh god, no.
Gosh.
Cheers, man. Thanks very much.
Cheers, pal. Take care, Stu.
Yeah, you too.
See you there, bro. Okay. Got ourselves infinite media in here. I saw in the thing that you're having a bit of trouble getting in. Hopefully it's worked out for you, buddy. Can you hear me?
Hey, could you...
Oh, hey.
Yeah, I could hear you. Could you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Sort of. It's a little bit patchy, but I can hear you.
So my first question is... All right. So my first question is, if you had... All right. So my first question is, what would be your dream like Cobra Kai spinoff? Like
Dream
if you
Cobra
had
Kai
to
spinoff.
pitch a Cobra Kai spinoff, what would it be?
That's a good question. I know people have been touting a Miyagi prequel or something like that, but for me, I love the mystery and just the mystery behind the Miyagi character, and you know, I feel like going into that too much, you could have the chance to sort of ruin it, if that makes sense. What I would really love is a spin-off going forward. I would absolutely love like Chosen Kai, not reference to my name, but like Chosen and his dojo, how that came to be, you know, sort of his students, what he's going for, his teachings, the way he teaches his students, his styles, and sort of following through with that. And maybe Robbie being his, you know, new student. Now that could be something that I would honestly love. I feel like it would be great to see more of what Chosen gets up to. I think a Kreese spin-off wouldn't be too bad.
For me, so Terry Silver is my favorite of the Karate Kid characters. I'd love to see like a spin-off of like how he could like this very wealthy state and like after the war, how he became basically Mr. Burns.
Yeah, that would be interesting. I think most of the show will probably cover that with young Kreese and young Silver, but I think they could do more with that.
Flashbacks in season 4, like what they did with Kreese, I don't know.
Yeah, I agree. I think that there's room for a lot of expansion on these characters. A lot of expansion.
Then,
I feel like one thing that the show's done well is
my
that.
other question is, how do you think how do you think Sam is going to get? Yeah.
How do I think Sam is what? Sorry, pal?
Yeah. So my other question is, how do you think Falcon is going to get the shield back?
Oh,
in
right.
The future.
How
do you think Sam is going to get the shield back? Also, sorry, internet's kind of bad, so that's why it's lagging.
Oh, don't worry, pal. I think Sam and Bucky are going to get the shield back by maybe just taking it, like just straight up, just blindsiding US Agent and Battlestar, just taking it off him. And then with the remainder of the episodes, you start to see Falcon feel like he earns it. And I'm very interested to see how he'll use it, given the fact that he's a flyer. And his wings, you know, his arms kind of go with his wings. So it'd be interesting to see how they do that. But I think it will start with him just taking it, and then earning it from that point on. And they can use the character of Isaiah Bradley and all that to sort of tie into Sam and Bucky's story here. And then eventually Sam will become the people's Cap, and then they'll reject US Agent. Eventually.
And also, so in the beginning of episode 1, it showed that Bucky, do you think he's going?
Do I think Bucky's what? Sorry. Technical difficulties.
Like with the old guy and the person he was with, like, do you in like future?
Oh, it's cutting out on a bit on my end as well. Oh, 1 second, pal. It's cutting out a bit on my end a little bit. It's cutting out. Sorry, bro, it cut out at the final third there. I think what you're probably going for with like Falcon, Sam, and Bucky. I'm just excited to see where the show's going to end up. I think Bucky's endgame is just sort of similar to Sam's, but different. Sam's endgame is more, you know, honoring Steve, taking up the mantle, becoming Captain America, and Bucky is sort of finding a new life for himself and sort of really embracing a new destiny. Hopefully that answered your question, pal. Hopefully I answered your question. I'll keep an eye on the chat in case you say anything else. I'm going to add Ali back in just so you can ask your question, bro. So you said you got to get going.
So, thank you, Red. So before I go, I want to ask, so also, we know you have to be dating Miss Chosen One. It's obvious, man.
You know. Oh, dear, oh dear. As I've said before, the Chosen One is 1, not 2. 1.
No, but your last name could be Chosen One. So in theory, her last name could be Chosen One as well. But it's just Miss.
Oh dear. Is that the burning question?
No, but my real question is, so I had a Cobra Kai question. So basically,
sure.
I think that I think personally, what you said about Robbie winning the All Valley and going to Okinawa is right. But I think that Tori, I've been rethinking about it, and obviously, I think a lot of people root for Tori because she's hot, and yeah, like she is. But I think she's just gone too far at the deep end right now. Personally, I think she can still make up for it because, like we've seen like Bucky, like go from crazy. If you watch Winter Soldier for the first time, you'll just think he's crazy. But yeah, like he's not though. But yeah, I think that. So my question for you is like, do you see any possible like
redemption for Tori?
Yeah.
I mean, one thing that this show does well is it really has a lot of gray center with a lot of the characters, and I think no character is truly evil. It's usually more so life and just, you know, the experiences of everything. But I feel like Tori will end with a bit of a bittersweet arc. She won't end with a happy arc. She won't end with a sad arc. It'll be a bittersweet kind of arc where she just sort of ends with a, you know, get you next time, Miss LaRusso. Sort of like that. You know, it won't end.
Like Chosen, maybe, you think? Like, do you think if like she goes too far, maybe like even by that she's gone now, like she'll like it'll have to be bounced out, like perhaps? Because I feel like with Tori's a character that was an amazing character when she was introduced. And actually, people say that Miguel and her and Tori were not a good couple. I actually thought they were a really good couple because, like, I think that they were, like, giving off good vibes. Each other, like, they were leading each other in the right direction. I feel like before Kreese was kind of rubbing off on Tori, that Tori was going in the right direction. And I feel like with that, like, they were getting deep with each other, like, very deep with each other. Within,
yeah,
like,
they
I think
both understand each other on a deeper level.
Yeah, like they know each other for like maybe a month or two, and like they've gotten that close. So I feel like I didn't really like Sam and Miguel together because, like, obviously they're like the fairy tale ending of together, but like as you said, like misunderstandings can ruin so much. But like I feel like people say like, oh, is Tori justified to do it? But I feel like with women, like when girls fight each other, like it's just brutal either way. It's always end up brutal. So I feel like something bad would have happened because of that. I feel like there was no other way like that Tori would have let that go, because I feel like she kind of has a right to hate Sam, because if you think about it, like when someone degrades you, dehumanizes you, like what Sam did to Tori, like it's kind of a really like shitty feeling. So like one of the worst feelings in the
It
world.
bruises
Like,
is more than your ego. Like it bruises just your pride, your own self confidence. It really takes a hit on you.
yeah, and like that was one of the things I was saying. Like, and yeah, like she just personally, I think mentally she must have gone crazy from that. But yeah, like I just wanted to think like, do you think that it's able to like be retrieved? Do you think that she can maybe be redeemed?
Yeah, I mean, as I said with the Grey Censor, I think it's entirely possible that she can be redeemed. I think if there is any redemption to happen, I think Robbie will get the next most significant redemption. Kreese, if he gets redemption, will probably die with that redemption kind of thing. That's kind of in his character, or in his character archetype, sorry. Tori's redemption will be somewhere in between. She may not redeem, quote unquote, but she may become sort of indifferent to... yeah, of course, guys, if you want to ask like questions and stuff, you again, you can, I don't mind. But she may become sort of indifferent to the main characters. I see her ending off on a bit of a, not a cliff, but a sort of somber note where she's out there in the world. She could come back for revenge, but we don't know. Like, it's sort of like how the cricket movies would end. You don't know where some of them end up going. Sort of like that.
Yeah, and
then that way it always
one thing
leaves
I really like.
the door open for a return.
And also, well, I just want to say, imagine if one of the Cobra Kai like creators came into the stream and like, what if they're just secretly recruiting? And what if they recruited you? Like, that would just be one of the best things.
Man, I would be.
Yeah.
I've said it before and I'll say it again. You know, Mike Barnes goes to the UK. He goes to a pub. He meets a nice waitress. Things happen. I'm born. Mike Barnes' son. Get me in Cobra Kai.
Oh my god! The thing is, like, I can actually see you being Mike Barnes' son. Like, I feel like you would just be like that one time who'd be like, you'd be like Dimitri kind of, but I feel like more badass, but like, and like you'd be like the British
Just be
version.
calling out.
No, like,
Yeah, like the British
that's
version.
just one thing I need to tell you though. Like, I want to tell you, like, I feel like there is kind of hope, but as you said, there's so many different ways that show's gone, as we've seen. Yeah, like that's just one thing I want to tell you. And also, I want to tell you, Chelsea's bad. Chelsea's bad. Man United's good. And I want to tell you that you are absolutely legend.
And that's your final end quote. Yeah, that's. Thanks, pal.
Yeah.
Thanks, Ali. I really appreciate that, mate. Cheers, pal.
Yeah. Thanks for letting me come back on. And also,
Yeah, you enjoy the rest of your evening.
Yeah, something CHOZEN.
Damn straight. You heard it, man.
All right, bye.
Cheers, Ali. Take care, bro. Okay, let's get. Been seeing you sitting there for a while, bro. Sorry, mate.
First things first. Wait, can you hear me, bro?
How are you doing?
I'm good,
I can hear you, sir.
Congrats on 5K, sir. I just firstly wanted to say that.
Thank you.
But yeah,
you,
sir, gonna keep it short and sweet. You're a busy man, got a lot of people. But yeah, my question for you, sir, is now for you, I know my answer. Well, I kind of have two answers, but Cobra Kai. Maybe this question was already answered, but like, if there was like a dream crossover with another franchise to happen with Cobra Kai, what would your ideal crossover be? I know my one, or I have two, but can I tell you my ones? And maybe it might inspire you, bud.
Yeah. You tell me yours. And then I'll go from there.
The first one. Now, hear me out.
Hey, there you go, Ty. Look at that.
Hey, yeah. Ty's in the gang. Yeah. But my first.
Yeah, I'll be doing these in future Infinite Media.
Definitely, and basically the X-Men. Now, hear me out. Now, all the Cobra Kai characters, they're in the X-Men world, but my theory is like they'll also be mutants. So imagine the Cobra Kai cast as mutants.
I'm not feeling that one.
No, bro, imagine Johnny Lawrence having Wolverine claws going up with Wolverine.
I see you MMA King. But to be fair, now that you said that, there's been people that have been saying like Robbie is Iceman, you know, obviously in the Cobra Kai game, like Johnny has fire, Daniel has ice. God, that would be strange. That would be weird.
Or could be like Angel. Actually, no, maybe not. Never go. Well, I don't know. Miguel could be Cyclops. I don't know. I see Miguel as Cyclops oddly.
Who do you see Dimitri as?
Dimitri.
He's got to be Forge.
I was thinking Nightcrawler. He's a little pixie, something. He jumps about with Dimitri. He's a little pixie him about the guy.
Oh my god.
Oh, actually, no,
crazy.
Toad, maybe.
See you later, Ali.
Oh, I don't want to do Dimitri dirty. Toad.
Toad, bro. Wow. Like Bert or Nate has to be Toad. Like one of them.
And
two.
also, I'm gonna hear your one in a second, bro. But my second one is obviously I got a karate, kung fu, and all that. Got to shout out my boys in the half shell.
I know where you're going. This. Go on, say it.
What half shell? Turtles in the
Half shell.
Turtle power.
Oh.
Can you see Robbie and Casey Jones going head to head? Chris and the Shredder. Oh my god! Look, Chris and the other guy, the literal going up the actual. Wait, what's Chris's mate's name again? I forgot.
Arseface.
Chris and Arseface going up the actual Bebop and Rocksteady.
Or penis breath. Yeah, I think it's Mitch, but yeah, penis breath. Oh my god, bro.
People like Miguel, I can see someone like Dimitri that's just vibing with Donatello.
Yeah, I think he'd get along well with Donatello, especially with the bow staff. Sting
like,
Raven threw that out there.
I see Daniel just vibing with Master Splinter.
Yeah, I think they'd get along quite well. Mr. Miyagi and Master Splinter would have got on quite well. That would have been an interesting conversation.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Oh man.
But sir, I've heard my little crossovers. What's yours, sir?
My little crossovers. Well, I'd say if there's anything at a crossover level, I know some might not like this, but I would love a throwaway scene of Jackie Chan and Jaden Smith just sat in the audience, just watching the karate tournament. Like they're just like, okay. Like just a throwaway scene. Like maybe not include them, but just a throwaway little scene, like just them watching it. Like, I think that'd be so cool. But they've already acknowledged Jackie Chan in universe, so it'd be kind of difficult as to how they'll do that. And the next one isn't a crossover; it's more of a parallel.
Okay.
And the writers have said the fight scene in the cafeteria. I think I told you this. The fight scene in the cafeteria with Robbie, Sam protecting Dimitri against Hawk and his crew was actually inspired by Power Rangers fights.
Oh.
And I cannot be the only one that gets like Green Ranger Tommy vibes from Robbie, Jason vibes from Miguel, and it just like there's so many like similarities, like Billy, Dimitri, like it's so similar. Like some of them, it's just very weird.
Honestly, I get a Zack vibe from Hawk. I don't know why.
He has that kind of charisma. He has that charisma.
Guys, I know you wanted me to say Chris, but come on now.
What you want to say? Chris is the Black Ranger. Oh dear. I think Chris works as maybe like a Gold Ranger or something, like a Silver Ranger, like a Sixth Ranger type. Bit more training, he could be there.
Orange Ranger, like in Power Rangers Down Charge when they got like the side Rangers that we see them every now and then thinking, oh, you're here, you help the team, we like you.
Yeah. You help the team. You help the team, but you ain't yet. See you later, Mega Card. Take care, man.
Yeah.
But interesting.
Thanks for answering my question, man. And it was great to hear your theories.
No worries.
But yeah, congrats on 5K, man. Can't wait to 10K.
Mm-hmm.
Hell, let's get to 100K, man.
Damn straight. Yeah. You see, this is why I love this guy as a brother. We don't shoot for 10K around here. We shoot for 100K. We're shooting up for the stars, baby.
Let's get that silver play button, man.
Yeah. The X-Men Cobra Kai crossover that we never knew we wanted.
It'll happen. Kreese going against Magneto. Oh, actually, no. Magneto might rip him to shreds. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, that might not play up so well.
Oh my god, someone like
Oh,
Professor
man.
X and Johnny having a conversation, thinking, no, that's not happening.
Oh, could you imagine that?
Yeah, and Wolverine just be like, it just, nah. Wolverine
Hulk
just
would
rip
like
the
Wolverine.
shreds. Oh my god, Dimitri meeting Wolverine. No, bye-bye. Poor Dimitri.
I know, poor Dimitri.
But sir,
What a
let you get back, sir. Congrats on 5K, man. Keep going, man. We're rooting for you, buddy.
cheers, pal. Cheers, pal. Rooting,
Cobra
man.
Kai!
We can get some more videos with you on in the future, maybe like with the Geek Talk show or whatever. So if you guys aren't subscribed to the Geek Talk channel, Ty, do me a solid and be an old sport and get the link and put it in the chat.
Are you serious? Okay, I'll do that. Yeah, I'll do that.
No joke. If you can, I don't know if it'll let you or not. But thanks
I'll
for
try.
popping in, bro.
I'll do my best. Yeah.
You the man, dog.
Cobra Kai never dies.
Giving you a virtual. Quiet.
You don't speak when your sensei's talking.
Quiet.
But yeah, love you like a brother, mate. May the power protect you. Cowabunga.
Damn straight.
And yeah.
Yeah.
See you, buddy.
Couldn't agree
Have
more.
fun,
Damn
man.
straight.
Take care,
See you
bud.
there, bro. You too, man. Thanks, Ty. Okay, right. I need to just see who's been here for a while. Okay. Oh, let's get you back in, bro. What's up, my broski? And then we'll get you in next afterwards. Hey, pal.
Hey, what's going on again, man?
What's up, dude?
Yeah. So I actually got another question, man. So, how can I put this one? So, like when Terry Silver does come back, like, do you see him more as like he's gonna make his appearance like at the end of the series, or is he gonna be like be hinted, or is he gonna be like having like slow glimpses of him like during the series, if that makes sense?
Oh, I would love if the way they introduce him, and this is how I have it pegged, is Kreese is just going back to the dojo. He sees like a suave, like debonair, fancy car just outside the dojo. He goes inside, and then you don't see Silver. You just see like a dark shadow. You just see the cigarette. He's like, "Hey, Johnny," and then cut to black. And that's like episode 2 or something. And then in episode 3, you just sort of explore that little connection a little bit more. And then just across the season, you maybe don't tell Daniel that Silver's back. You don't tell him. And it's sort of a repeat of, in Karate Kid 3, when Daniel goes to confront Silver and says, "Hey, I've appreciated this, but I can't do this no more." And he's about to leave, as Mike Barnes is revealed. And then Kreese just jumps out behind the cardboard thing. How cool would it be if Daniel's about to do that and Silver jumps right out? And it would be very convenient, but it would be so good. Like Daniel's like, right, we need to call a truce. This is like BS. Stop, doing this rubbish. And then he just starts to leave, and then Silver just jumps out, and it's sort of like an interesting switch from Karate Kid 3. Like the roles are reversed.
Yeah.
And maybe he thinks Kreese has just like been like, fucking with him this whole time, when it's actually been Silver in the shadows. Like, I think that would work better. Have him subtle in the offset.
And I was just about to say, like, I think what's gonna happen is, and this is just my personal opinion, I think Silver is gonna have so much dirt on Daniel, like him not being like a legit like black belt or whatever, and just basically just say like, "Hey, Danny boy, I got something that you probably don't want me to put out," like just to ruin his whole. Just like
he's gonna just enjoy just toying with him, just mentally screwing him over, just just plucking away at him. He's gonna really push Daniel next season.
Like just send him like stuff like at his desk, like saying like you're not a real black belt, stuff like that. Just
it turns into like some kind of like horror movie where it's just like I know what you did, not last summer. Like I know what you did, like 1984 All Valley or whatever. Like I know what you did. You stole the black belt. You're not a true black belt. And then like he could use it to defame LaRusso and say that could actually be a good plot point of them saying, hey, you know, this guy that you idolize for his crane kick, he wasn't even a black belt. He didn't even train properly. He sort of not cheated, but you know, drove around the route.
Yeah, basically, and like that will kind of, I could just see that happening. Like, you know, it's like yeah, like let's just say Miyagi Fang does win or whatever on the sake of the plot or whatever. I can just see like Terry Silver just putting that like on the middle of the screen, like during the whole entire All Valley or whatever.
It's like camera footage of like that event. Just be like, before we get started, because like he's a theatric kind of guy. He's like, before we get started, I have something I'd like to show the audience. For years, you put him on a pedestal. Watch this. And then Daniel's just like
Miyagi just showing them the belt or wherever, like
yeah. And then Daniel's just like, and everyone's just like,
it's like, and then you can start the beef back up with Johnny and Daniel again. Like you can,
and then Johnny's just like there, and Johnny's the first one that's like, wait, so you kicked my ass and you weren't even an actual black belt? Like that would make Johnny feel worse because he's like, man, I got my ass kicked by someone who hasn't even done as much training as I have in that respect.
Yeah, basically, that's what I'm just saying. It's like I think the writers might have probably like left that out on purpose. I'm not sure, but like I think that they can.
I feel like they could do something with that.
Yeah,
that's a very good idea. They could do something with that.
Yeah. Because like I said, man, it's like, you know, let's just say the good guys win. Terry Silver got a lot of money and power, bro, and he just doesn't mind using it just to mess with Daniel.
He's as much as I say like Kreese is like the Emperor. He's like the Emperor the way he uses people, but Silver is more like the Emperor's using of those resources. Like he'll use his resources to his fullest potential. And, you know, it seems a bit petty when you think about it that, you know, this billionaire who's living this lavish lifestyle just wants to get revenge on these, like, you know, youngsters in California, like in the hills. So I would just love it if he comes back with just the intention of just making Daniel's life a living hell. I would absolutely love it. And him and Tom Cole working together, that could be cool.
Yeah, I just basically just said like Terry Silver's like 50 Cent of the whole entire like Cobra Kai, man.
He is.
Just, like, straight up trolling people.
Yeah, it's like, I got a problem. Yeah, slap a couple of grand on it. There you go. Problem fixed. Wouldn't even surprise me if he sort of, because at this point, Cobra Kai, they have Robbie, Tori, and Kyler. But I will say that Eagle Fang and Miyagi-Do have the sort of edge for me because their fighters have beaten those ones. It wouldn't surprise me if he's like, you know, can I maybe recruit someone like I did before, and maybe recruit a couple of like students from like international that are like, you know, accredited, proven fighters from like other, you know, dojos or whatever. Could do something like that.
And I was about to say that's when they can actually bring in Sean too, like for get him out of Jersey, because like,
man, if they don't bring him in, I'm gonna be so disappointed.
Because, dude, I
really love him.
I could see Kreese like talking to Robbie, and he's basically saying like, "So, Robbie, do you know anybody? I don't want to tell our students that we're lacking in the forces, but you're my
But do you know anyone that would fit what we're going through?" And he's like, "I know a guy," and it's just like Sean,
basically. Yeah, and his name is Sean or whatever, and like he can just basically
with training, he could be a really good fighter for them.
Yeah, and I was just about to say this, like as soon as like you could just see Kreese like talking to like his lawyers saying like, you know, Cobra Kai is like for the inner city youth, and like I believe in like helping these kids like get a better
he's good. Like when he was at the the speech of the meeting, he's like, Councilperson Roberts. Like pretending to be like this gentle sort of old man and caring. He's going to utilize that to his full advantage.
Yeah.
Clever manipulative bastard he is.
Yeah.
I could see him doing something like that. It's about giving the youth a chance to really sort of find themselves. Mr. Kreese, you're a very good man.
I fought for this country, but I also want to fight for these people's rights too. This young man deserves another chance. Give him another chance. Like
we have to give him the chance that he deserves. And then Kyler's just like, what? I could just totally see something like that happening. Just Kyler in the offset going, didn't you get my friend to get beaten up? What the... My friend got laid waste not long ago.
But yeah, man, that's about it, man. Like that's how I feel, man. Like those are some of the stories that they could just probably just like drill in. Like, you know, they can blackmail Daniel. Let's just say if Miyagi Fang wins or whatever, and like and Kreese has to leave, but Terry Silver takes his place, and Terry Silver got all this money and power. So
he could utilize that to his full potential. And especially if Robbie has this arc of like redemption and all that kind of stuff, I could see Silver definitely recruiting from like overseas to really give Cobra Kai that edge.
Yeah, for sure.
He won't want to lose again.
Yeah, but I'll let you go, brother.
Cheers, pal.
If I have any more questions, like I'll hit you up, bro. We can talk some more.
Yeah, man. Of course, 100%, 100%, 100%. Cheers, pal. Yeah. Okay, guys, just give me 1 second. I just got to go and check something. I'm going to be right back. And I think, I've got a couple more of you to add on in. Just be 1 sec. Talk amongst yourselves in the chat. I'll be right back. Fear not, I have returned. Okie dokie. Let's see who else we got up on in there. All right. Okay. All right. Let's get my earphones back in. Whew. Hope you guys are doing well wherever in the world you may be. Okay. Okay. Chosen Vader owner, we've got you on in here, pal.
What's up?
You good?
Yeah, I'm good. All right, I have a theory.
Shoot.
All right, so you know how after Cobra Kai lost from the All Valley, what happened? What would it be cool if Terry Silver had students? Like after he lost the tournament.
I think that would be really cool. Like that was put forth to me a couple of streams ago. I think someone said, you know, what if, similar to you, what if Silver has like a student of his own? And as I was talking with MMA there just a second ago, I think it would be so cool if, you know, you've got Robbie, Tori, and Kyler, but still, like, for me at least, Eagle, Fang, Miyagi-Do, you know, the hybrid dojo, they have the edge because their fighters have already beaten these guys, like, individually. I feel like if you add maybe Sean in and maybe a Silver recruit, you really give them, like, you give the good guys an uphill battle, like a hill to really climb. Because Robbie on his own, second only to Miguel. Tori, she's lethal. Kyler, he's brutal, especially, like, maybe not so much with, like, the top fighters, but the lesser ones, like Mitch and Chris and all that. Yeah. And then if you recruit Sean, he's a powerhouse. And then you could have, like, a Silver student in there that just gives them a bit of the icing on top. And then they're a real threat, you know, real stake the claim to win. So if they do it where Miyagi-Do and Eagle Fang do win, it feels a bit more earned because they've had such an uphill battle to climb. But I would love if Silver has a couple of students of his own. I think that'd be pretty cool, even if he just has one.
Yeah. Also, I have a question.
Sure.
So you know how the All Valley and the prom fight will be at the end, right?
Yeah.
What would be the mid-season fight, like the mid-season?
Oh, I think because there's always a fight around mid-season. I think the mid-season fight should be something to do with Hawk. I think it should be Silver saying to Kreese, you know, or Kreese saying to Silver, look, you know, we need to win by end. I'm not losing again. We lost once before. We're not doing it again. This time we're winning. We're going to do whatever we can to get the odds in our favor. And I wouldn't be surprised if that's where, for instance, maybe Robbie goes to attack Miyagi-Do, or they jump Cork. They try and take out one of the fighters of that dojo and try and severely weaken them. Like, that could really make for a good mid-season. And then following the fallout of whoever's involved, at that point, what you do is sort of like how the first film, where it's like, right, you've had your beef. What we're going to do now is you're going to leave each other alone to train until the All Valley. And then that will be sort of the plot thread for like 3 episodes up until the All Valley.
Yeah.
But it'd be interesting to see what they do, because I think they'll be, with the fights this season, as cool as they are, I think now all the characters have kind of joined their sides. They've chosen their places, no pun intended. They've chosen their places. And Robbie's now out of juvie, and Tori's back in Cobra Kai, and Kyler's in the mix and all that. I feel like there's going to be more potential for even more fights this season in a much more bigger quantity, to really show what each fight is made of, especially in the build up to the tournament.
Yeah.
So it'd be interesting to see what they do.
All right. Thank you for having me.
No worries, man. No worries.
Yeah.
Still with that badass display picture.
Yes. See ya.
See ya, pal. Take care, man. Okay. Let's get RJ up on in here. How you doing, bro?
What's up, Chosen? Can you hear me?
Yeah, man, I can hear you. How you doing, bro?
I'm good. Congrats on hitting 5K. So
yeah,
I got
man.
a question.
Yeah, thank you.
So you think that Robbie and Cobra Kai are gonna win the All Valley, right? Just making sure.
For the most part, yeah.
Okay, so if Cobra Kai wins, what do you think the punishment is for Daniel and Johnny? Because remember, Johnny did cut them off, and he said, "Yeah, we didn't hear it."
Yeah, I felt like that was done. That was done intentionally. I think tying to what Chosen Vader was saying there about the mid-season fight, I feel like that is the time that is going to be revealed. So whatever it was that Kreese was going to say, and I'm not too sure what the stipulation would be actually, because Kreese's one makes sense. If we lose, I go. But what would it be for them? Because there's 2 of them. Like, Daniel has a dealership. Johnny doesn't really have much. So it's interesting to think about, what would it be for them? Maybe they have to disband or no longer compete. Or maybe,
I have an interesting theory, though. Go ahead.
Maybe withdraw themselves from the tournament kind of thing. But I'm interested to hear what you have to say, pal. Go for it.
So I've kind of thought a lot about this because after like the whole I'll like rewatch the show like 100 different times, so I love it. But it kind of goes back to what Daniel tells Dimitri in episode 8. He's like, "Do you want to end up in a casket?" What I think the punishment is, this might be like lame as hell, but I think the punishment would be is that he has to Kreese is gonna let them do open season, and he doesn't care what what happens, and it might go into like Daniel and Johnny where they have to disband. But I also think that his students can like attack his students whenever they want, and they can just rule the All Valley. But I can totally see like an ending where they can't interfere, they cannot do anything about it. I can see like where my prediction is that the All Valley might be in mid-season, because if you look at the show, season 1, the whole show lasted through like the whole school year, and like the time they did like a couple of time jumps. Like I remember episode 4, it was like Christmas time around episode 4.
They jumped there.
5, so I think that it could. I think that it could be around like episode 4 or 5, and I also think that the prom will be the last episode. I know a lot of people think that there's going to be a prom fight. I don't want a prom fight. I think it's just going to get too repetitive of like every part like been at the prom, but I don't want a prom fight.
I know what you mean. Yeah, I don't mind if there is one, but I see what you mean. It's sort of like, I think all things should build to the All Valley, and then we should really sort of, as I said earlier on the stream, to someone else, is really let it manifest, let it breathe, let the fallout of the All Valley set in. Let us see how the characters really respond to whatever the outcome is, you know, because that's for me where Cobra Kai and Karate Kid hasn't really explored yet. You know, you've got season 1 where the All Valley happened, and then you just cut to summer, where it deals with the fallout, but not a lot. It just kind of like, you know, okay, you lost, that's it. And in the Karate Kid movies, you know, Mr. Miyagi, we did it, end credits. You know, Mr. Miyagi, we did it again, end credits. There's no real time to sort of let it breathe and let it sort of sit with these characters about, you know, what are their reactions? You know, how will some of them be feeling? Like if Miguel loses, for instance, like how would he feel? Like he's failed or whatever. If he wins, you know,
that was
he's
my
a
next
2-time
question,
champ now.
actually.
Yeah, like if he wins, he's a
Yeah.
2-time champ. You know.
How do you think Miguel? I have 2 more questions. This is my second one. How do you think Miguel would react to losing?
I think Miguel has that sort of edge where he has determination. I think that's what makes him sort of, you know, by far and above most of the other fighters for me, is his determination to not be the best as such, but to be the best within himself, to be confident, to be, you know, we are what they grow beyond kind of thing, to follow Johnny's teachings and be better. And I feel like all that he's gone on, and as I said in the Why Miguel Could Win video, as much as I love the idea of Cobra Kai and Robbie winning, they could just go the route of Miguel winning. They could just go the route of the champion rises from the ashes to win again. But if he were to lose, I think it all depends on how he loses. I think if he loses in a clean fight with Robbie, because I think it will just come down to those two. If he loses in a fight with Robbie or whoever in a fight, and he goes out in a clean loss and it's like a 1-point difference, I think he won't take that to heart. I think he'll feel like he's really accomplished a lot by proving that, you know, he can get back to the best that he was at. And I think for the first few episodes of season 4, he'll probably be around the season 2 prime. And then eventually by the All Valley, he'll be past that and he'll be, you know, growing and getting better. And I think give it by season 5, like Miguel will be 100%, no doubt, the best fighter out of all the kids. And there'll probably be like some kind of landmark fight to show that, of him just like whooping ass. But I think he'll sort of take it with, he'll take it as a stepping stone to improve and get better. He's very, he's a very reflective kind of character. He sort of progresses forward.
Hate relationship with Robbie. Like, I've hated him some moments and I've loved him in moments.
Yeah, like I mean, I love Robbie like for the most part 80%, but even that, like with some moments, like there are sometimes I'm just like, man, damn, bro, come on, not even I can defend you on that one. Like, and I think the biggest one for me is when he tried to hit Miguel. That bit there, I was like, come on.
Yeah, I was
know
like,
you
what
hurt
are you doing?
I was like, you just literally put my man's in hospital and you're trying to. Come on, dude. Come on, bro. I think at that point I was like, right. Come on, mate. Come on. Stop it. But
yeah, like season 1, I found him kind of annoying. In season 2, I was like, okay, he's going on me. But that moment, I'm a big when it comes to Cobra Kai, I love Miguel and I love Johnny. So like anytime there's a person that does something to them, I get mad. So when he hit the Medal of Honor, I was like, oh, screw this guy. But then in season 3,
yeah, that was a dick move. I was like,
I don't know what it is, but season 3, I was like, I just gravitated towards him a lot. I was like, I really like his character now. But then the moments where it was like he tried to hit Miguel, and I was like,
then it got to that point.
Here we go. But then that finale,
you know, I watched a couple of people who reacted to the episodes, and they loved him at that point. Up till that moment, they were like, "I just started liking Robbie this season," and then he did that. I was like, yeah. Oh yeah, my son is being claimed. Relax.
I like Robbie now, Mike. But that moment in the finale where, like, you know, people compare it to Anakin, I'm like, Yo, it's like I know people are saying that his redemption arc, it's gonna happen soon, but I think the writers are gonna like milk this. Like they're gonna try to keep this as long as they can because I think his redemption arc, as you said, I think it's going to be earned because the way the writers write the characters, his redemption arc is going to be earned. Like Hawk's redemption arc, I feel like it's earned. A lot of people don't, but I feel like Robbie's, it's going to be very hard for Johnny and Daniel to get him back. They'll get him back because I think the moments that are going to piss a lot of people off is Kreese is going to have dad moments with Robbie. He already called him son, and he's gonna there's gonna be moments where he's hanging out with Robbie or even Silver. Maybe it's Silver, who knows? But there's definitely going to be moments of Robbie with Kreese.
Yeah, I see.
He'll eventually go back, but
yeah, he'll eventually go back. But I think as time's gone along, like I still think redemption is his end game. But I think for a little while, we're gonna see like Vader Robbie. Like we're gonna see Robbie just unleashing his full anger out on everyone. And with Kreese in his ear, within one conversation, he whooped everyone's ass in juvie. With Kreese in his ear for a couple of days, he started turning on his own father. Kreese will utilize that and really sort of pluck at it, and then Silver will just go and pull the little bit of string. And I think Robbie could potentially be potentially their newer version of Mike Barnes. He could definitely go that route for at least a while.
Tanner is such a brilliant actor.
I agree.
Season 4 that I think that you're gonna get two sides of Robbie. Where like one side, you get that little stupid leaked video with him like giving the book bag to somebody or whatever, and then you'll get good Robbie, like Miyagi-Do Robbie, and then the other side you're gonna get Cobra Kai Robbie under Kreese, and it's gonna split. Because I think you made a video the other day about him really execute orders. I think that's gonna happen. I really feel like he's going to attack, not like.
Like something would have to set him off for him to do it, but I think it would definitely.
I feel like
it could definitely do.
I think it'll be Dimitri. I think Dimitri will be like, hey, like, you saved my ass, and then like Robbie's like getting pissed off or something. Like he kind of like continues like bugging him or something, and then like he hits Robbie, and then let's say like Hawk comes out of nowhere, he fights him. I don't know. It could be a simple scene like that, but I do.
It could get to a point where like Robbie's sort of trying to distance himself from that version of himself, like the version where he believed he could be better, where he doesn't want anything the hell to do with it. Like he wants to really embrace this newfound kind of, not just the teachings, but his way of life, and really distance himself, from that, Robbie that tried to be, good and all that. And sort of like how Mike Barnes got his crew and attacked Daniel and Jessica at the, Mr. Miyagi's little trees. I could see him doing something along those lines with just a bit of manipulation here or there. Could totally see that happening for him.
But I got one more question before I let you go.
No worries, pal.
How do you think Cobra Kai will end? Like, how do you? I know you get that a lot, but I just kind of wanted to like ask you, since you're. How do you think it'll end? Because I have my own theories. I'll go after you.
I mean, this is what's great about this show. They say they've got a 6-season plan, and I have no clue how they're going to end this. But I will say the final fight, and I say this in a good way. The show has a lot of like fan service like stuff in it, but it uses it well. I feel like a fight with CHOZEN, Johnny, and Daniel versus Kreese, Silver, and Barnes. I would absolutely love it. But I think it will end with sort of how like Harry Potter ended. It will end with where the kids are going to go from here. Like they're now going into adulthood. They're going into what they want for themselves. So that's why I sort of said with Robbie going to Okinawa, it could be a fresh start for him, a new life, could really sort of not just redeem himself, but find a new way, the same way CHOZEN did. For Miguel, become a sensei. Chris and Mitch become WrestleMania commentators. Dimitri and Hawk, taking up studies in like, universities and stuff. And we really just sort of set the kids off on their own adventure, and then they go out into the world. And then if you pick up this story at any point down the line, you catch up with them and you say, oh, like Hawk's like a MMA fighter now or something.
Yeah. This is my theory. I feel like they're going to blend it between Endgame and Harry Potter. And like the Harry Potter movies, they got darker by like each movie.
Progressively.
Like the Prisoner of Azkaban. People complain
the movies
about
got
it, but I
darker.
actually like it. I mean, the movies were dark too. You got Chosen over here, got blood boiling down his chin. You know, he's going crazy and all that. But I feel like it'll be like an in-game type fight. Like the last episode will be like an hour long or whatever.
Just like a karate brawl, like all-out warfare. Final brawl.
Like Kreese, Silver, Mike Barnes.
Hell, you could even get Bobby in
they
there.
fight
You
like
get Julie.
Chosen. Or I'll be whole.
It would literally be like Karate Avengers assemble.
And what's his name? I forgot. Daniel. What am I idiot? And I think that Miguel. I think Miguel will have a new rival by like season 4. I think that they'll like introduce a new rival for him because I think the Robbie storyline, they can't drag that on for the whole show. I think they're gonna end that in this season. That Robbie will be back on the Miyagi-Do side. And
that'll come to a conclusion.
Tori, I don't know what her end game is. I'm like, I think that they'll do it like you said earlier in the stream. I think they're like just bittersweet. But then hell, maybe you can have Amanda fight, in an all-out karate. But I do that they'll end it with a all-out karate brawl, and I do. Or Kreese, but I do think that if you kill off Kreese, you end Cobra Kai because as long as he's alive, Cobra Kai is going to be around. He's going to find some way.
Yeah. Even if he loses, he will find some way.
Even if he loses, he will.
Especially with Silver now in the fold as well. Regardless if they lose, they'll find a way. So
yeah, they'll find a way.
If you kill him, it's got to be at the end. It can't be now.
Robbie, I definitely see Robbie going to Okinawa.
Yeah, I just love that. I think that'd be dope.
Johnny's with Carmen. I do think that Miguel will be a sensei, but I do think that he'll be a sensei at Miyagi-Do because I do think that this show is setting up
perfectly balanced.
Daniel revived Miyagi-Do, but I don't think perfectly balanced. And I think that Miguel's like a hybrid because if you watch episode 8,
he's a hybrid of both of them.
He's in the middle between Cobra. He's a hybrid of both.
I noticed that. That's visual storytelling right there. He sat exactly where, like he stood where Kreese is, and then Daniel and Johnny at either side. It's perfect mixing.
Yeah.
Perfect mixing.
I feel like Daniel will get hold grudges against people. Like he stopped hating Robbie, and I feel like he's up there. He's even like Johnny. Has even learned more from him and stuff like that. And I can see like, Miguel. Maybe I feel like it'll be 3 senseis. I think Miguel will be the head sensei. I think.
Hawk and Sam?
Like at the start of the show, you would never think that would have happened.
No, it's crazy. I'll see you later, Stuart. Take care, bro. No, but it is crazy, to think about where Miguel was at as a character.
Yeah, but I do. Before I go, I do want to say Daniel. I feel like Amanda. I love Amanda's character. How she keeps them in check. She kind of laughs at all the karate stuff.
She just calls them out.
Whenever she gets serious, when it comes
You leave my daughter out of this, you piece of shit. Mom. She gets so like into it.
Talks about this enough.
Hmm.
I feel like nobody talks about this enough where like Daniel, I feel like he's gonna come to a conclusion that he cannot carry on the teachings of Miyagi and he's gonna have to hand it off to somebody else. And that's where I think that him and Miguel's relationship in season 4, I think it's gonna start that process. Where like he kind of like gives the reins. Yeah, the air. But anyway, that's all I want to say. Thank you for having me.
Oh, cheers, pal. Thanks for all the support and like all the streams and the videos and everything. You're a cool dude, man.
Oh, no problem. Thanks,
You're
bro.
a badass
Right,
dude. See you later, bro. Take care, man. Okay. Who else have we got in there? Okay, my thing's lagging a little bit. Saw the comment there. Okay. Boom. Hey, bro.
Yeah, I actually have a theory, and this is about that post that Leo Howard put for Cobra Kai. What is actually your theory for Leo Howard for his answer?
Oh, the one where he said like he's not in the show.
Yeah.
That could be one of them kind of ones where it's sort of like, you know, I am in the show, but I'm not in the show. Like it could be one of them kind of ones where it's just, you know, he's doing it to sort of, you know, keep it a mystery and keep it a surprise. I didn't know too much about the whole situation, only like what I've read up on or what I've seen other channels talk about. But if he is involved, I'd be interested to see how and in what way they would use him and what way they could utilize him going forward. But he's probably playing coy.
Yes, and he actually knows those people on Instagram as well.
Yeah. So it's probably all the more reason of like, you know, maybe, you know, wink, wink. One of them sort of hidden things.
Yeah, and also even Hawk's hair is still gonna be purple. But what outfit you wanna actually go alongside with his hairstyle?
I gotta say, Hawks rocks some pretty cool clothes thus far. Like he's got some pretty decent fashion sense. I think I would love just the simple clothing that he has already. I feel like it works for him, just like the hoodies, you know, the jazzy trainers, and you know, like the sort of inspired clothing, like the t-shirts, like that yellow shirt that he wore in the finale. I'd say for the most part to just keep it as it is. I think it works for him. But as FaZe says here, a purple leather jacket maybe could really just embrace the color of it.
Yeah, or maybe a jean jacket,
like a denim kind of type one or something.
Yeah,
could turn into like a real protector.
Yeah, but will he ever have tattoos on both of his arms instead of just getting like more covers?
That could be sick. I mean, I think the whole tattoo thing was a way of him, you know, it was part of that flipping the script thing. And now that he's kind of working on a way to sort of move forward with that, maybe he might realize that, you know, these tattoos, while they're cool, I don't need them. But if he was to get another one, like I'd love like maybe on his left arm, like about here, like a yin and yang tattoo, which is very symbolic of him finding his balance between Eli and Hawk within the show, and then, you know, coming together, two sides merging into one, and then that ties into his purple.
Yeah, that would actually be sick.
I like his Grim Reaper one.
Oh yeah, the Reaper. Oh yeah, that represents his dark side. Yeah, because he actually put that cover up when he had
On the
that
moon tattoo.
Yeah, the moon tattoo.
Hmm.
Yeah, which there was actually a leak if Hawk and Moon will actually go back together.
I think now that you've got like him back with his friends, I feel like the likelihood of him getting back with Moon is very high. Just because Moon, you know, she'd be like him for him, but once he started descending into that, you know, dark side, quote unquote, she sort of was just turned off and, you know, put off by him. But I think now that, you know, he's with his friends, he'll be learning to find balance, not just in his karate, but in his own life, you know, and his own sort of goals and aspirations. I think she'll really appreciate where he's sort of gone as a character from where he was.
Yeah. And it's actually true that Leo Howard, quote unquote, is still trolling on Cobra Kai and trying to bring Olivia into the mix. So, because I can see Olivia is actually a mix between Tori and Sam. So why not add another female in Cobra Kai?
Yeah. Have another female in the mix. Some more females on the map.
Yeah, so it can be like a Kickin' It crossover with Cobra Kai.
Yeah. Heard a lot about that show. Haven't actually watched it yet. Might have to check it out. Might have to check that one out.
Yeah. Yeah, but either way, I have like last question before those guys
Sure.
starting losing their patient. Yeah, my last question will be for today is what I know they already announced Loki for Disney Plus. What do you think what the story Loki will actually take place, which is Thor's brother?
Do I think like Thor will be in it, or do I think like he'll sort of go back into the Thor movies, or?
Yeah, something like that.
I mean, from what it seems like, it just seems like the Loki show is just going to be a crazy box of just wild, crazy fun of just like Tom Hiddleston probably just, you know, playing different versions of Loki, just going around the universe and galaxy, just causing a whole load of chaos. So I think he's probably going to have quite a lot of fun with it. But I'm interested to see how it all goes. And it's introducing, you know, the concept of, it's taking that concept of time travel and multiverse travel and really sort of expanding on it a bit more. And then we sort of get to see the organizations behind such things. I think it'll really go into that.
Well, yeah, like that's what I have for today, and I'll let you have the
Cheers,
next
pal.
have the mix.
Thanks, buddy. Cheers, pal. You take care, mate. Okay. Next up, do you guys think Dimitri could be the balance between Hawk and Robbie? Maybe. Okay. We got Brown Jenkin. What's up?
Hello, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. How are you?
Thank you, I'm fine. Yes. I'm a bit nervous talking English in front of so many strange people.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay. Don't worry. Take your time. I've had some people in the stream thus far from like all over. So
Yeah.
Take your time.
So yeah. My question is, have you always been a fan of Karate Kid, or maybe as a kid, or just now when you watch Cobra Kai?
Oh, okay. Oh, good question. I was introduced to those movies through my mum. She grew up in the 80s. That's sort of like her era. So she introduced me to like Knight Rider, Street Hawk, you know, Airwolf, all those kind of things. And I remember just sitting down with her one day, and she had the 3-disc box set, and we just watched through all of them and then we watched the next Karate Kid later down the line. But I remember just watching it, and it's one of them kind of timeless films where if you look at it at face value, you won't understand the appeal, but when you watch it and you see it all unfold, like when they're beating up Daniel, and then you see Miyagi jump down and kick all their asses, and you just see like Miyagi just slowly moving, stuff like that. But that was sort of my exposure to it all, and from then on, as soon as I heard a Cobra Kai show was announced, I was like, this is the potential to be really good or really shit. And they did it, and I was like, damn, this is a cool concept. And then they did it, and it's probably the only thing I can think of that Hollywood has done thus far that is a genuine, great direct sequel to what came before, while enhancing the story and adding new to it and really sort of taking it forward in rich and organic ways. Really love the show. But that was my exposure to the whole thing overall, through the movies. That was how I got into it.
Yeah.
Used to imitate the moves.
Yeah. I watched it when I was a kid too, and my father always looked material art stuff with me. But I remember that Mr. Miyagi was really impressing, and I'm also doing material arts. I'm doing Taekwondo.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Cool.
I've got my half blue belt beginning this year. I was
not bad.
Yeah.
Good job. Good job. Good job.
Yes, I did this hawk flipping kick to break my own. I don't know my wood. I don't know the word.
What, like, you mean the wood sort of like, what's it called?
When you're breaking the
yeah.
I did the flipping kick. Hawk did when he was in the
Valley
demonstration
Fest thing
in season 2.
Damn.
So
that's not
yeah,
bad. That's quite a feat to pull off.
Yeah. I have a very good relationship to my sensei too, and so it's always heartwarming for me to see the kids in the show.
Yeah, I can imagine. You sort of have like a personal connection to like the story, because it's real for you, isn't it? You know, with your connection to your sensei, you can sort of you sympathize to that respect.
Yeah, maybe not strong like it is in the show, because I just see him practicing.
Doesn't go to like house fights and school brawls, but it does have that sort of element of relationship and mentorship and students and stuff.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
And we don't have enemies around our.
Yeah, you don't have rival dojos to beat up.
Yes, I don't know. I don't know what I wanted to say anymore, but yes. So I love the show, and it's a big motivation in the pandemic times, and for practicing here by myself and stuff like that, and yeah,
that's awesome. That's awesome. But credit to you for being able to do the spin kick. That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's sick.
Thank you so much. My sensei told me, I'm not sure. I know you can do it, but it's more a mental issue.
Kind of block.
Yeah, you have to do it, because when you don't do it, you break your foot and feet.
Yeah, you really injure yourself.
So, but I said, okay, I think that this is a challenge, and I want to fly too. Like,
yeah. It's just a shame the hawk sound doesn't come through out as you do it. That's a shame. But you could always play like something on the speaker. Just have someone in the corner, tell them, right, make sure you hit the sound as soon as I spin, right? As soon as I do it, not a minute later. And as you do the spin kick, then.
Yeah, I'm always waiting for it, but it never comes.
That's sick. Oh dear.
Yeah, so thank you to having me, and I like
No
to
problem.
watch your streams and the Cobra Kai videos. And
Cheers. Thank you.
but I have to wake up early in the morning, so the most times it's too late for me. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No worries. I'm gonna try to do some of my streams at different times throughout the week, just because like I've got a couple of people from like all over, just to try and make sure everyone has a chance to get on in the streams to ask me questions or what have you.
Yeah. Thank you for having me, and thank you for
You're
your
welcome.
nice.
Thank you for the support. Cheers. Take care.
You too.
Hawk sound.
Muss ich auch? Have I go away?
Here. I'll do that for you. There you go.
Okay. Thank you. Bye.
There you go. Okay. We got another one down. There you go. Cheers, bro. Okay. Okay. Cobra Kai enthusiast.
Hello.
You up
How
on
are
in
you?
here, bro.
Happy Easter and
I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm good. Happy Easter and congrats on 5K. I'm really proud of you.
Thanks, pal. Cheers, man. Thank you. Happy Easter to you too, man.
Thanks. I actually just had dinner. Have you had dinner yet?
I had dinner a couple hours ago. I ordered a sausage and chips from the chip shop.
Nice. Are you from the UK?
UK. Good old London town.
Do you know the singer Dua Lipa?
Yeah.
She won the Grammy. Yeah. One of my favorite singers. So I'm here to talk about Cobra Kai. And do you also, I assume you like Star Wars as well?
Yep.
A
mixture of all like pop culture and fandoms, pretty much everything.
You like horror movies?
Yeah, I'm into them. Not all of them, but I am into like your Scream movies, Halloween, Saw, that kind of stuff.
Woods? What about The Cabin in the Woods?
I've seen a couple of clips, but I haven't actually watched it all the way through.
You know the movie That's My Boy with Adam Sandler?
See you later, phase. What's that, bro?
You know the movie That's My Boy with Adam Sandler, right?
Yeah, rings a bell. I don't think I've actually seen it, but I ring it.
It was really funny though. I actually just saw it a few weeks ago after I saw Cobra Kai. So
I might have to check that out.
Remember, have you seen every single episode of season 3?
Every single episode.
Remember how Johnny went into West Valley and he talked to his old students and Hawk?
Yeah.
Remember how at the end though, when they were with Kyler slapped Dimitri on the head and he was like, "Later, Geep," and then they mocked him. Why didn't Dimitri do anything back? He yelled, "Later, assholes." You think?
I suppose up until the arcade fight, I think Miyagi-Do was kind of on they were on a high. Like after the school fight, I think like after the school fight, they had kind of come out on top. For all intents and purposes, they've kind of come out on top, so they felt pretty good about themselves because they kind of laid waste to all the Cobra Kai students. And I think up until the arcade moment when Dimitri's arm gets broken, Sam's like really suffering with a PTSD. Chris gets his ass handed to him. I think that was demoralizing for the group, and I think for a good couple of episodes, it was about Cobra Kai, sort of putting them in their place. You guys think, you got one lucky kick, for example. We're going to show you what real karate is and we're going to beat your ass. And I think it just demoralized them for that particular time. And I would have expected Dimitri to, like when I first saw the scene, I thought maybe Dimitri's going to kick his ass with one arm. But then, Kyler being Kyler, he's not going to go and fight Miguel because he knows he'll get his ass whooped. So he's going to go and pick on the guy that, has just recently had his arm broken.
But
probably can't do too much.
He wanted to fight Miguel before before the fight started at the house. And why do you think, remember how Johnny Lawrence's students turned on him in the end when they were practicing with Kreese at the season 2 finale? Some of those students came back, or they were there when Johnny talked to them and Hawk. why do you think they didn't disrespect Johnny Lawrence, but they disrespected Dimitri?
I think it's because Johnny has more. I think because they trained under him, they know that Johnny is more capable of like doing more, and they have more of a respect underneath like all the facade. They have a respect for Johnny more so than they do Dimitri. Like Dimitri to them is just like a target where they can just enjoy picking on him.
And he's an adult. You know how teachers like basically have the have like a higher power dynamic than students? It's kind of like that.
Yeah. He's like a level above.
Yeah, let me think. What else? I feel like those students, Johnny Lawrence's former students, would the ones who turned on him in the end. They just stick with Cobra Kai unless like Daniel Russo took over. But if Terry Silver betrayed John Kreese and took over, I feel like they just stay with Cobra Kai unless it got shut down.
Yeah, I think most of those like the background Cobra Kai characters, I think they're there for no other reason than to just like fill the dojo, if that makes sense. Like despite that some of them have been around for quite a while, some of them were brought in for season 2, but I think for most of them they're kind of there to sort of fill the dojo up with students more so than anything. I feel like Hawk, Dimitri, Chris, and Mitch, maybe Nathan, but those are like the characters where they've actually like they've had a bit more of an arc. Like the other ones are more so background types. But you could start to see them leave eventually.
Any of the background characters' names?
Doug, I think.
Mikey,
Rickenberger.
Dieter, Big Red, Edwin.
I think Rickenberger is one of my favorites.
Who?
I think Rickenberger is one of my favorites in the backgrounds.
Yeah. There was Mikey,
Big Red.
Big Red, Edwin, his best friend, and Dieter, who's the tall one.
Yeah.
There when Johnny Lawrence was talking to Hawk, and
Yeah.
At the end. Who do you think would also want to fight, Tori or her landlord? He's older though. Think about it though. Tori is younger but has more skill, and the landlord is older.
I'd say, depending on what he has on him at the time, like if he has like any like knuckle braces or something like that. But I think with Kreese in
no weapons. Yep.
It's tough because as much as Tori can defend herself and hold her own, the show does a great distinction of like, you know, as good as the kids can get, the adults are still just above. Even if they've not been trained, they're still just above. So maybe, as of right now, with the way Tori's kind of all over the gaff, the landlord might edge it. But I feel like season 4 Tori and where she will get better and train, I feel like she would have the landlord any day. But it's all about circumstance for me.
Okay, remember how Tori got that issue worked out where she could come to karate? What issue? Like the one where she couldn't pay enough money? Or like, what did the landlord do exactly, although it was off screen?
I think it was Kreese's way of sort of just saying, you know, leave her alone, you know,
and pay
all
for
her
it.
dues are on me kind of thing. Yeah. And, you know, I'll cover her. You leave her alone and keep your hands to yourself kind of thing. And I love the way the show does the transition of while he's got the guy's finger in the cigarette cutter, it cuts to Miguel cutting a sausage.
Oh, my mom was just freaking out at that moment. And
yeah, it was just
who do you think would win a fight? Let's think. Wait, have you seen all the Karate Kid movies?
Yeah, all of them.
How do you think the Cobra Kai dojo would have been in the first Karate Kid if they had Mike Barnes as well as Johnny Lawrence?
Oh, knowing what we know now, it's tough because the way the film was designed was Daniel was always going to come out with the win. But if they, you know, if time travel was a thing, knowing what we know now about Mike and Johnny, if they were on the same team, like the other team would lose. Like it's just those two are too heavy hitters. I can't see. It depends who they're facing. If they're facing Daniel and CHOZEN, then it's a bit more even. If it's just Daniel by himself.
Daryl Vidal.
That might be a bit more even, but I think Johnny would probably take Vidal.
Yeah, I agree. Because Johnny, didn't he beat him in the semifinal?
Yeah,
And
he did. Yeah, I think Tommy might have done actually.
Do you know why?
In another one.
Now I know why. At first, I was wondering why the original Cobras weren't in the third Karate Kid film. Well, now you know it's because of what Kreese did to Johnny at the beginning of the second. But why do you think they weren't at the 1985 All Valley or joined another dojo? Or like, why do you think they weren't watching
I think with everything that had happened, and this is how I could see Tori's arc ending, is with everything that had happened up to that point, I think they just wanted out. Like, they just wanted away from it. And I think for the most part, they kind of, now that they've been brought back into the show, we kind of see what their reaction was to it all and how Bobby's like, all that no mercy rubbish out into the world. I think they were just happy to kind of get away from it, and realize that, Kreese didn't care about them like that.
A fun fact. Tony O'Dell, the actor of Jimmy?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was Zendaya's acting coach for Casey Undercover. Do you know
Damn.
that? And Zendaya is
wild.
going to be in the new Space Jam movie with LeBron James. Have you heard?
Yeah, I think she's voicing Lola or something.
Yeah. Oh, I'm actually from Canada, and I got my driver's license on Wednesday. And which was
Congratulations.
cool. Thank you. And I had 2 tests. I had another karate test. I started in January, and I got my second stripe. So 2 tests in one day. I both passed them.
Damn, you nailed them both.
Yes.
You nailed them both. Johnny would be proud.
Who would Johnny? And I'm trying to remember. What was it I was going to say? Oh. My sensei is actually, one of them is from the UK, and he said in the UK, people drive on the right side. Is that correct?
I mean, we drive on like to the left side, so we drive this way, and then like that way, kind of, sort of. So it is kind of how the show sort of presented it. Oh, the movie.
Yeah.
We do kind of drive on the opposite ways of the road.
Let me think. Why didn't Miguel Diaz go back to Cobra Kai when he got out of the hospital? Do you know why?
I feel like it's a loyalty thing. I think he's, as much as, he laments the decision to not go through with finishing Robbie and listening to Johnny's, teachings, I think he's too loyal to Johnny.
Yeah, I know that Johnny Lawrence wasn't at Cobra Kai anymore, but why? I feel like, why do you think he never went into dojo at all to see his old friends? Or, just to reclaim his stuff? I feel like he left some stuff there.
That's a good point. I suppose that's one of them ones where it's just kind of, I think Miguel was so busy recovering that he just probably didn't give it too much thought. And with Hawk being the only one who really reached out to him out of the dojo, I think that was kind of just more of an added incentive to kind of stay away from it all. And that Kreese had now taken the dojo from Johnny.
Why didn't...
I think he was hesitant.
Why didn't Tori visit Miguel in the hospital?
I'm not too sure. I really don't know why she didn't. That's part of the reason I said with Tori is that her character arc, I don't get her. If one of us gets hurt, we all get hurt, but it's a fight that she started. And she didn't even go and see her own boyfriend in the hospital, and Sam did.
Well, it's probably because she had to help her mom, and if I'm right, it was from the episode when Johnny visited Tommy and his old friends when Kreese when Kreese took over. If I'm right, it would have occurred during that episode when Kreese had a chat with the landlord and took over.
Yeah. It would have happened within that episode.
Or between that and the episode after when everyone went into the woods. But if I'm right, remember how Kreese was like, "Wanna know who trusted dojo?" It was Hawk, Robinson, Chubbs, Nichols, Red.
Yeah, it was all of you.
and then he was like, when one of you makes a move, all of you make a move. Is that what Tori meant by when one of us gets hurt?
Yeah, that's what she meant. Yeah, but I think what Miguel was trying to get at was like, I'm the one in the wheelchair.
It's like a line
Whereas-
of dominoes.
Yeah.
When
Basically, all just like soldiers.
When one of them falls down, they all fall down, and basically, yeah, Tori was right, but why? You know how as soon as Cobra Kai wraps up, the trailers don't come out until a month before the actual release date. Why can't we just get them like a few weeks after everything's finished? And like, I feel like it doesn't take that long for the editing to happen, but why can't it just be released 2 months after? Why?
I mean, like the trailers. I don't know. I suppose that's just a creative thing that you could go either way on. I mean, some companies like, Disney or whatever, they'll release a trailer for a movie that's coming out in like 8 months. But for Cobra Kai, they seem to do it when it's like a month or two out.
Oh, yeah.
It's always strange.
What do you think would happen if Disney bought Cobra Kai, though?
Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh.
Remember how Disney bought Star Wars and they actually made a really good arc during the Clone Wars, like the final arc, the Siege of Mandalore. That was like the best arc ever, and it was made by Disney. But
yeah.
Have you seen the movie? Let me think. Terminator.
Yeah.
Have you seen Rocky?
All of them.
Yeah. Which one's better? Because I'm planning on watching one tonight.
Oh, well, you're planning on watching one of the franchises?
Yes.
I think the Rocky films overall are better. But if you're in it depends what kind of mood you're in. If you're in the mood for like a deep story with cool fights, Rocky. If you're in just the mood for like a CGI thriller action sci-fi movie, Terminator. Depends what you're kind of feeling.
Let me think.
But I'll say this with Terminator though, it's Rocky gets progressively better. Terminator gets progressively worse as it goes along.
Yeah.
Like the action's good, but the story.
Do you know why haven't characters like Terry Silver appeared in Cobra Kai yet?
I think they were just waiting for the right time to introduce him. I think that's the whole point with Kreese coming in at the end of season 1 is if they bring these characters back, same with Chozen and Kumiko, they want to do it in a way that's serviceable to the story, and that those characters, and Ali and all that they're actually serving like a really key part of the story. They really add something. Ali brings Johnny and Daniel together. Chozen helps Daniel find balance. Kumiko also, and then I think Silver will just be him coming in now is the perfect time for him. Especially with the All Valley coming just around the corner.
Yeah, and I know why Yuki and Sato weren't in season 3 when Danny went to Okinawa. It's because they were dead. But if you remember Taro and Toshio, friends of Chozen's, where do you think they were during that time? Like, why didn't they return? You never returned.
Probably just not essential. It's probably one of them things like with like Mike Barnes's 2 gang members. Like if you bring them back, it was probably because, hey, we got them, but you don't really need those guys. You can kind of just leave them out in the ether and then go and do their own thing. Do
you ever look on the Cobra Kai wiki?
Sometimes, but not a lot.
I look on it. I feel like how there are those friends and enemy sections?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like for Terry Silver, it's going to say enemies, Johnny Lawrence, Miguel Diaz, and then friends, Robbie Keane, Tori Nichols, all those people.
Yeah, like allies kind of thing.
Do you think he's going to be enemies with Johnny Lawrence, Terry Silver?
With Johnny now on the same page as Daniel, yeah, I see that happening. I can see Johnny and Silver clashing.
Who do you even think would win a fight, Johnny Lawrence or Terry Silver?
Johnny. 100%.
Or Mike Barnes?
Depends what Mike's been up to. For the moment, I'm going to say Johnny, but it depends what Mike Barnes has been up to for the last like however many years. If he's been relentlessly training, then who knows?
I feel like Mike Barnes was just mad because he wanted his money.
Yeah.
I feel like Mike could have redeemed himself, like CHOZEN. And do you know? Let me think.
Okay.
Do you know why the Jedi Council wasn't in the Clone Wars season 7? Or like they could have made a cameo.
I think they could have integrated it more, but I think the purpose of that was to have it sort of. They wanted to have that arc play in the background of Revenge of the Sith. They wanted to have it play in the offset, so when you watch Revenge of the Sith now, you can watch it with Maul and Ahsoka are now dueling it out. Ahsoka and Rex are now fighting their own clones. Like you can watch Revenge of the Sith with a new perspective. I think it was sort of done that way to sort of just play in the background, just to sort of show you what's happening at another point in the galaxy.
Do you think? What do you think would happen if Aisha Robinson returned? Do you think she'd join Eagle Fang? Because she is.
I think if she came back, I think she would probably go where Sam is, go where Sam and Miguel is, and Hawk. Like she has more of a connection to those guys. I feel.
She still is friends though with Big Red, Tori, and Edwin, Dieter, those Cobra Kai students. But remember how Kreese had to feed the hamster? Kreese fed the hamster to the snake, which was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Why do you think out of everything, why do you think he just didn't feed it? I'm not sure. Raw chicken slices. Why a live animal? Was it a test?
I think it was just a test for the Cobras, and then to weed out the, in his eyes, the weak ones of his dojo.
What would you do? I'd object and join Lawrence.
Oh, I would object. I couldn't kill Clarence. It's too cute.
Yeah,
I'll take the L. I'll get kicked out.
Yeah, if I had to feed it anything, I'm not sure. I don't like. Well, I eat chicken. So do other animals. I guess I just feed it raw chicken slices, but I'm just not gonna feed it a live animal. It's just too cruel.
Nah. It's too. That's too far for me.
It's just what they eat, like feeding tigers in the zoo. But
yeah,
when people feed them steaks, but yeah. And why do you think Johnny Lawrence only ever went into the Cobra Kai dojo once? To confront.
I think now because Kreese kind of took it from him, I think he'd just see no incentive to go back there. I think he has a sort of resentment for that dojo, and I think going back there would bring him back the memories of that night or that day of everything that happened at the school fight.
Yeah. Remember how Kreese gave him so many offers to come back?
Yeah.
If he were to come back, he could have just kicked out Kreese, or made the students loyal to him, trained with him for a while, and then kicked out Kreese. And I think. Remember how Hawk was like, "What the hell are you doing here?" to Robbie after him and Miguel parted ways. What? And he was mad at Robbie because of what he did to Miguel. Why do you think he was still mad at him if him and Miguel parted ways?
I think because on one hand he has a desire to prove himself. He wants to be the #1 Cobra, but he's still Eli. He's still Miguel's best friend. He still has that honor within him, and that was part of his conflict within season 3 of finding that balance. Do I want this or do I want this? And I think that was really his main conflict throughout the season.
Yeah. Remember how Kreese took a piece of glass and tried to hit Daniel, then he was like, "Time for you and Miyagi to reunite." Everyone who hasn't seen Cobra Kai but the Karate Kid, they already know why Mr. Miyagi's in it. It's because he's dead. And if he's right, it was obvious that Kreese was going to kill Daniel LaRusso. Do you know if that's what he actually meant? Time for you and Miyagi to reunite?
I think he was in a mode where he was willing to kill. You know, I think he was in the position where, with the flashbacks, you know, with him and Nam killing his general, you know, and then trying to take the weapon to Johnny. I think he would have tried to kill Daniel on the spot.
But
I think he would have gone through that.
He would have gone to jail and not being able to teach those students, which was what he wanted to do.
Mm.
Let me think. I wonder, do you think we're going to see like Xander Stone from that Karate Dojo, the guy who exploded?
Well, I think if Aisha is to come back, because she moved away, I think maybe she could come back with them. Maybe she'll be part of Topanga Karate with Xander.
Yeah, I feel like saying where Aisha was, or making up that reason, saying that she moved to school, moved to like a different school, is like the same reason for why Dutch wasn't in Cobra Kai. It's because at first you have to make up a reason, and then there's a reason on the show, and then there's a reason to why the actor didn't come back. But I feel like explaining where Aisha was during season 3 was like explaining where Ahsoka was during Revenge of the Sith. And I don't get why that hologram scene was cut though.
No, me neither. Me neither.
Do you know the horror movie Fright Night?
Rings a bell. Rings a bell.
1988, the second one. If you see cosplay, Chris Sarandon in the first one, and the second one brings back, or the character he plays, it brings his sister as the antagonist. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I haven't seen it in probably a while. Long time.
Evil Dead?
I haven't seen that one.
Let me think. Happy Gilmore?
I've seen that. I've seen that one.
I think there's a sequel in productions. But my friend was like, there's definitely won't be a sequel. Do you think there will be?
I'd be so game for that. I'd love that. I think that'd be cool.
Yeah. Have you seen, let me think, Blade?
Yeah, all 3.
Yeah. Remember how at the beginning of Blade, or one of the movies, there was like the sprinklers were going off with blood everywhere?
Yeah.
What did that indicate? Like, how was the?
It was pretty much like the vampires were pretty much, you know, bathing in blood for all intents. It was like they were just bathing in the blood, pretty much. It was like a sort of, you know what, like a chocolate fountain with like marshmallows would be for us. That's what it was for them.
Yeah.
Very sick.
Also, you know the Cranberries, like the band, right? My friend, he made this video that has over 600,000 views. It was massive.
Jesus.
Zombie and Zombie from the Cranberries and Bad Wolves. And he has over 1,000 subscribers now. He said like the video was 3 minutes long. Do you think he has like enough watch hours and subscribers to get paid?
Maybe, but you'd have to check up with the statistics for that. Like it's all like different for different people with the YouTube like systems. But just check it out in like the settings area and the monetization part.
You know how
that'd be a place to probably look.
You know how you get copyright claims and you can't claim money? Well, my friend said if you get a copyright claim before you get like 1,000 subscribers and enough watch hours, you can't get money for any of those videos that were made before, if I'm right. Only the videos you make from
so the money that you make is on videos where you have no claim or anything like that. So if you've got no claim on the video, then you should be able to make money off of it. But if there's even a claim, like the money goes to someone else.
Even if you make enough, what if you release a video before you got enough watch hours and subscribers? Can you still get?
It is possible. It is possible. But that would be a game where you'd have to kind of sort of figure out where the moving pieces go, kind of thing.
Let me think. Just like, when do you think the trailer is going to be released? And if you remember how CHOZEN was in it for season 3, do you think Terry Silver is going to be in it? Because it's like
Terry Silver will be the final shot. He'll be the final shot of the trailer for me. But I think, as we said earlier on, I think it will probably be maybe a month or two before the show comes out. That's when we get the trailer to sort of build up the hype.
You know the band The Gorillaz?
Mm-hmm.
You know how there's the song Feel Good Inc. and then there's like the laugh at the beginning? I feel like
Yeah.
the final shot with Terry Silver will be like, I'm not sure, a shot of him in the shadows, just like, and then coming out of it with just like John Kreese did with that type of laugh that wasn't Feel Good.
Yeah. That's exactly how I think it will play out. It would be perfect for Kreese's Silver's character. I feel.
Also, do you know the singer Reagan Bone Man?
Yeah.
My friend made a mashup between that song Human
See you later, Axel.
and Zombie by what's his name again? Oh, it was Bad Wolves, and he got 2.3K. Do you think he has like enough? He's confused about this. Like, I'm not trying to promote him or anyone. I'm just asking, since you have more subscribers, do you know if he could apply for monetization?
For that, you'd have to look at the monetization statistics and stuff for that. Like, you'd have to go into like the settings and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. On my other,
because it's sometimes different for different people.
On another one, I made a compilation of every single Cobra Kai fight scene. When I tried to upload it, it got blocked because of like a copyright claim. Do you know how I could legally post that? Like,
I think the only way you probably could is on a channel where you, because sometimes people will post
over an hour
compilations.
long. It was over an hour long.
Yeah, that's tough. I'm not too sure about that one. This is what I mean with like the YouTube system. It's very hot on like copyright stuff. It'll get you in seconds. It's always something that, you know, try and weave your way around as best as you can.
Yeah.
As regards to like clips and stuff, I think that's not so much my field.
There was a food reviewer guy who went live, and for me, he played Ice Ice Baby and like AC/DC, and he said YouTube would get mad at him if he played Led Zeppelin. But anyway, he did play that music, and his video, it was a live stream, it was gone. Does that mean that he got a copyright strike? Because he did it twice. Yeah, he did it.
If it's gone, then they probably took it down.
Do you think
if it's gone, then yeah, I think they probably took it down. If you get a claim, then all it means is the money that you could have made on the video will go to a studio or whoever. But if it's a strike, then that means your channel gets one strike, and I think if you get 3, your channel gets taken down.
Yeah, my personal strategy for if I upload any Cobra Kai clips, just make sure it doesn't have a copyright claim, although it is copyrighted. But like, if it has a copyright claim, this is my account's also for a school project. At first, it was for fun, but it's like for a school project. I'm just gonna make sure there's like, you can actually, if I'm right, use copyrighted material, but it has to be within a certain amount of time. Like how long?
Yeah, fair use. Yeah.
Yeah, mine is just fair use. So I have like 400 something views on my video. It's only 11 seconds long. Remember how Miguel was like that move? Learned it from your dad. It was that one.
Okay, damn.
So, but it's 11 seconds long. So like, how many seconds do you need to, or like, how many views do you need to apply for monetization? Like my friend.
I'm not too sure because it's been a while since I looked into all that. But yeah, delve into the settings and see what your requirements are. There are certain things in the settings that will tell you how far you are to reaching that milestone. It should sort of tell you.
Can you even apply for monetization if you have any copyright claims?
No, what they'll do is like if you apply, like you can apply, but because you have the claims, they'll just ignore you. They'll just say you have to reapply a month later or something. So you got to get rid of.
You gotta delete the videos.
Yeah, that's what I had to do. I had a couple of videos that were claimed from a couple of years ago. I had to just delete them.
Oh, yeah. My dad said you could like get sued if you used copyrighted music.
Yeah, sometimes you can. It depends. Like, you know, most times, no. But it's one of them kind of things where you never know what way the wind will blow.
My sensei got permission to use one of Coldplay's songs. for a project, and they actually said yes, you can use this song.
Mhm.
I was actually listening to the song "Hymn for the Weekend," and it was really good.
Mhm.
You listen to Coldplay?
Yeah, I've listened to Coldplay. They got some pretty good bangers.
What about Dua Lipa? Levitating.
Yeah, Dua Lipa's cool. Linkin
Have you
Park's
ever-
pretty good too.
Who is?
Linkin Park.
Have you ever seen any singers?
Well, live.
Yeah. Dua Lipa's from the UK.
Can't say I have. I like listening to music, but I never really go and watch it at concerts. So
Have you listened to Memories
Might
by
have.
Kid Cudi and David Guetta? That one's
yeah,
really good.
I love David Guetta's work. He does a lot of good stuff. I listen to a lot of his
Memories. That's my favorite song.
memories.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's like Kid Cudi featuring
Mhm.
David Guetta, or David Guetta featuring Kid Cudi, and my friend likes Titanium and Work Hard. I like Where Them Girls At with Florida.
Florida's a classic.
Yes. What about, do you know Foster the People?
Can't say I do.
Concept
No.
Kids.
I can't say I do with that one.
Britney Spears.
Yeah, I know Britney.
My sister loves listening to her.
It's a staple. I think I'm probably going to round up probably in the next maybe 15 minutes. So I'll try and make sure I get everyone in to say their questions, guys. I see you in the chat.
Well,
Everybody?
it was nice talking with you. And,
Cool. Yeah, no worries. I'll definitely
proud
do
that
more
you
of these in future so you guys can interact with me more.
I'm proud that you got 5,000 subscribers. Keep up the good work, and I hope
Thanks,
you'll
man.
all have a good Easter.
Happy Easter to you too, mate. Nice to meet you, man.
Nice to meet you.
See you later, bro.
See you later.
Oh,
How do I
let me
get
help
up?
you.
Okay.
There you go. Boom. See you later, bro. Thanks for popping in. I'll definitely do more of these streams in future, guys. So don't worry if you don't get a chance. I'm really enjoying this. I'm gonna just speed through everyone because I'm kind of sleepy, kind of tired now. But I want to make sure everyone gets a chance to speak. Hey, Yinko, what's up, bro?
Hey, what's up, man? Can you hear me?
Yeah, man, I can hear you, pal. Loud and clear, man. Loud and clear.
So what's the time over there?
2:30.
It's 9:30 p.m. So yeah, it's
few hours difference.
So yeah, congratulations on your subscribers, man.
Cheers, pal. I appreciate that, man. Thanks for popping in and letting the streams and the comments. I always see you.
Oh yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, I work in healthcare, so I mean it's a lot, but I try to do what I can.
Yeah, I can imagine it's pretty hectic for you at the moment.
Yeah. So yeah, the Mortal Kombat got delayed on another week.
Yeah, man. I had 2 delays at the same time. I had Lego Star Wars being delayed, and then I got that delayed. I was like, man, cut me a break. Give me something.
Is the Lego stuff pretty cool to watch?
It's not bad. It's pretty cool. But it was the game that was coming out. But it was meant to come out in spring, but then they delayed it again. But what can you do, I suppose, with this good old rubbish in the world at the moment?
Yeah. So if you had to rate the Justice League Snyder Cut 1 to 10, how would you rate that?
Oh, I've seen some people say, like I always find it difficult to quantify like film in numbers because my opinion always changes. But for me, this film isn't a 10 out of 10 because it's by no means perfect, but it's really good. Like it has a lot of good stuff here. I'd say it's between a 7 and an 8. And that's probably as high as I'll go with it, but it's between a 7 and an 8 with the potential for like an 8.5 around that kind of ballpark. Like it's really solid, solid film. Does these characters justice, no pun intended, and very enjoyable watch. 4 hours of greatness.
I mean, do you kind of understand why it got chopped up into segments, or do you think it would have been better as like a whole?
I think if you released it in like the cinema, then as one continuous story would have been better. But I think like because it's on a streaming service and people are watching from home, I think having it in stages is good because then it gives the audience a chance to breathe. And then, you know, you can watch it at your own pace. You can watch part 1, then part 2, and then 3 and 4 later on. It gives you a chance to really sort of take your time with it, kind of thing. Sort of like bookmarks in a book. Although I much prefer just, you know, have the whole thing. Get it all done in one.
It's amazing at how Cyborg's backstory really explains so much. Like I never really thought that he was that big of a character in the movie until you watch that center cut.
No, like the original cut that was released. Well, I say the original cut of the previous cut, where I just felt like he was just done such a disservice. Like Cyborg's character throughout most of the movies and the comics has been given such a spotlight that it was just a shame that they cut it out. So I'm glad that the Snyder Cut's kind of restored that storyline for him, and it works in his favor. You really sort of root for his character more. You really sort of buy into his character's motivations.
So do you think the future of Cobra Kai, even though after season 6, if it does end, you think it'll still live on and somehow with spinoffs?
I could totally, like, I don't want them to oversaturate the universe, you know, because like, everything's like kind of a universe now. I don't want them to oversaturate it because you kind of fall into the trap of we're just producing stuff to carry it on, but we're not actually telling a story, if you know what I mean. But I don't mind them doing spin-offs and stuff. I think with them casting like younger actors for characters, I feel like there is potential there to carry on like with a young Kreese or a young Silver, or a young Miyagi and a young Sato even, or like a Chozen spin-off with his own dojo. That could be cool. That could be cool.
I think the timing was right. I mean, it was good to see, you know, like the Karate Kid, and then, you know, you didn't hear anything about it for like 20 or 30 years, and then bam, you know, it just kind of came back.
Yeah. It was nice to have that break in between, and I think it really worked in the show's favor, because a lot of the show's themes are like, you know, 30 years ago, I lost to you, you bastard. You know, like there's a lot of that, and I feel like because it has actually been 30 odd years since that, there's a lot of emotional weight behind it. Well, other than if it had just been carried on, let's say, since that with multiple movies and spin-offs, like we can really sort of, you know, glom onto that a little bit. And it really works in the show's favor for me.
And I think going from YouTube to Netflix really, really amped up the show.
Yeah. I think it will definitely give it some more exposure. And I think, you know, this is where the oversaturation could come into play, is if it, now that it's on Netflix, it's no doubt more in the mainstream now than it was before, because of YouTube Red and all that. So I do worry that they might see that and utilize it, you know, for the money's sake, or they might say, no, we've got a roadmap, we've got a clear ending, we're going to do that, and then, you know, if we want to revisit these characters, we will, but we've got a story, and then that's where it's going, kind of thing. But it has really sort of given it more of a bigger platform to shine.
Speaking of shining, did you think that your YouTube channel would be this big?
Never. Like I there are sometimes like you see like some people who run their channels are like, oh, I always knew. But for the most part, I started this channel in October 2018 with this crazy idea to get my friends together for like a video on Venom. And with breaks in between, seeing what worked, seeing what didn't, trying a whole bunch of different stuff, just through trial and error. Like here, almost 2.5 years later, with a formula that's worked, it's quite refreshing, especially in the world that we're in at the minute. It's nice for me to have like this creative outlet where I can really work on stuff and sort of build like a little community where a bunch of people can just get together and talk, you know, anything. But it has been a strange process. I'm still kind of processing it now that it's 5K, you know, and going up and up and up. But it's all credit to, like, you know, like yourself and people in the chat. You know, if it weren't for you guys, it wouldn't be where it is.
Cool. And my fiance Steph says hi.
Hi.
Hi. What's up? shout out from the UK.
All right, man. Well, I'll let some other people hop on, but yeah, man,
Alright,
it was
pal.
nice talking with you, man.
Yeah, man. You too. You too. I'll definitely do more of these in future, so
Yeah.
that way you guys can interact with me a little bit more.
And
Join us.
I'll catch you on the streams, man.
I'll catch you on the streams too, man. I'll see you in the chat.
I will see you in cyberspace.
See you in cyberspace. Virtual world. See you later, bro.
Take care, man. Take care.
You too, man. Okay, and I think thanks for that, Yinko. You take care, bro, yeah? And shout out to your missus. And I think final one of the night. Hey, Lisa, welcome back. Welcome back.
Oh, yeah. You're welcome. My question is, how do you think Robbie will Robbie talk to Dimitri?
I really hope so. I feel like there's a lot in season 2 between Robbie and Dimitri. It's not like a major thing, but I feel like it's a big enough thing for at least the characters to really take notice of it, where, you know, Robbie willingly stuck up for Dimitri multiple times. And with the character that Robbie has now become, I feel like Dimitri would be the best person to plant the seed of redemption within him. Just plant the seed right there. Not redeem him, but just say, hey, you know, you remember when you helped me, you saved my ass, you know, what happened to you? You know, you like Darth Vader now, something like that. You know, I could totally see something like that happening. And I hope that they face each other in the tournament. That'd be awesome.
It will be awesome. It will. Oh God, I like that. It really will be. It's been before night. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for this.
Robbie's come a long way. Robbie's come a long
Yeah,
way. He's got a lot
Robbie,
more. He's got a lot more story to tell. I feel a lot more story to tell. Looking forward to seeing where he goes and where Dimitri will go next season.
Yeah, I do too.
Mm.
Okay, love to speak to you like this.
Cheers, Lisa. Thank you. Thank you for all the support. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks. Okay, I think I'm probably gonna. Oh God, I can get these out of my ears now. Oh, I can hear the world. But yeah, this went on a lot longer than I intended, but I'm definitely going to do more of these in future. I really enjoyed doing this. So I think for Chosen Live, I'll keep it just me reading your chats. But I might maybe, I don't know. I'm tempted. Do I make Chosen Live like this, where you guys can interact with me in the streams? It's been awesome talking to you all, you know, people from all over the world. You know, this is what's great about this. While all this shtick is going on, you know, hopefully I can end up seeing you guys at some Comic-Cons if they reopen up. But Brown Jenkin, thank you for popping in. And this is good. Like, now I know a little bit more about you guys. Brown Jenkin, you make sure that you get the person to do that hawk sound when you do your flip kick, yeah? Chosen Vader owner, you know, badass, always badass. Talking Cobra Kai. You're the dude. You're the GOAT. Savage Birdhouse. Yeah, keep growing. Keep growing. I'll definitely check out your stuff, yeah? Keep growing. Keep growing it. Thanks for popping in, Yinko. Shout out to you and the missus over there. Who else have we got in here? I think that's everybody up to that point. Ali, if you're still watching, shout out to you. Ty, if you're still watching, shout out to you as well. Darth Lightning, shout out to you too. Axel, I think that's everybody. Yep, I think that's everyone. Cinema fan, you just come in now. I'm just rounding off for the night. But I'll definitely do more of these so you guys can pop into the streams. I might do it for the next one. What I might do is when I do Chosen Lives now, is for the first half an hour, I'm going to be talking about my thoughts on the topic. So, for example, Order 66, Robbie, something. I'm going to talk about my thoughts on that for a good half an hour. And then I'm going to pass it to you guys, and I'm going to give you guys a chance to come in. Then you can talk, we can converse points and all that, and you can ask me questions and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah. But shout out to you guys. I'm going to end the stream. It's nearly 3 a.m. I'm going to go and get some sleep. You're welcome, Brown. You're welcome. Okay. Thanks for popping in, guys. This has been Chosen Live number 16. Thank you all so much for 5K subs. I really, truly appreciate it. We're not gunning for 6K. We're not gunning for 7K, not 8K, not 9K. We're gunning for 10K. 10K is next. 100% 10K is next. Okay, I will see you all in another stream soon or video soon. You guys take care, and yeah, the force will be with you always.